Here's one of those Saturday programs we don't normally do, but couldn't make it yesterday. Could not wait until Sunday, so it's back to back this week. Fam, how you doing? Yeah, I know. I was like slapped off my seat when I seen this the other day. This is like Coach Shanahan has been accused of a few things since taking over as head coach. However, Fox Network's Speak for Yourself co-host, Marcellus Wiley, this dude is in a direction nobody's seen up until now. I would have never in my wildest imagination even dreamed up anything like this. So I said, I got to take this to task and see what people think about this. Wiley made it known this week that he feels that replacing Jimmy G is a mistake. He believes Jimmy G has been made a scapegoat for the Niners' disappointing 6-win 2020 season. Tonight, we'll be taking your call to get your thoughts on what has to be the most unique argument. Well, there's probably other words used for it. This is the most. Wiley just went off into a. Everybody else is over here. Wiley's over here somewhere. I said this. How did he come up with that? Anyway, it's the most unique argument brought up so far regarding the Niners trade up to number 3 position for the 2021 draft, along with everything trending red and gold during the 49ers offseason. We go Niners! I get warmed up on the first one, you know. Hey, Ramon to Arizona. Ramon, Ramon, it gets hotter in AZ than it does in SAC. Good luck with that, but it's a gorgeous place. Anybody in the chat? And you do live in Arizona, check Ramon out. He's got some questions for you. Hey, did you check out Nick Bosa? See, because all of us, we figure a guy coming off the ACL, you know, it's going to take him a while. But Nick did that so early in the season last year that, you know, it gave him ample time to get strong, to get ready for the 2021 season. So you're looking at these clips of Nick, man. The dude is exploding off the mark. Looks like he's in full stride. You don't see much favoritism at all. If you look closely, I did look closely. I tried to see. Nick's not favoring that leg at all. Damn. Look at him. I'm watching him bounce, lateral movement, pivot, spin. Is that normal? Nick, the Bosas are, I'm telling you, man, these guys are not like everybody else. Nick's going to be ready, and especially with months to go with that rehab. So if anybody thought he was going to come back, any team in the league was thinking, well, Bosa should be a little slower this year since he's just coming off that ACL tear. I don't think so. In fact, he could be more terrorized than he was before he left the way he's looking right now. So that's good news. Let's get into this thing with Wiley, though. Everyone is pretty much straining to figure out which quarterback will be selected by the Niners with the number 3 overall pick. Will it be Justin Fields, Trey Lance, or less popular? Mac Jones, of course, is getting more news than everybody. Why? Because the majority of people, 49er fans, don't want anything to do with Mac Jones. So, but whatever the decision, it could mean the end of Jimmy G's time with the Niners, maybe inching closer. Jimmy's expected to remain with the team this season as Coach Shanahan and quarterback Coach Rick Scangarello get the incoming rookie up to speed, contrary to what the haters keep saying. Get rid of Jimmy yesterday. Vote him out of here now. You know, I doubt that happens, but y'all keep praying. Meanwhile, Marcellus Wiley, a former NFL defensive end and current co-host of Fox 1 Network Speak for Yourself, did just that by making it known this week that he feels that replacing JG is a mistake. Wiley believes Mrs. Garoppolo's baby boy is being made a scapegoat for the Niners' sad 6-win 2020 season. Before you start in on me, I don't endorse this. I'm just calling to your attention because I thought it was hilarious. In fact, I think it's a little wild. Wiley went on a rant declaring that the wrong person is being blamed for the team not living up to expectations. Wiley calls drafting a quarterback to replace Garoppolo a backward move for the organization. He also told his co-host Emmanuel Akko, if you see that clip, the dude has the most hilarious look on his face as Wiley was talking. As Wiley was saying, quote, Jimmy G, who made Kyle Shanahan as a head coach is now going to be made the scapegoat. But who is Kyle Shanahan? It's Wiley. Who is Kyle Shanahan without that last name? Who is Kyle Shanahan without Jimmy G? Unquote. Wiley points to Garoppolo's regular season record of 22-8 as a starter under Shanahan. Wiley continued, as if Kyle once upon a time kicked sand in his face at the beach or something, or peed in his cornflakes. He went off on a serious rant. It's like Jimmy did something. Like Kyle did something wrong to him. He goes on to say, quote, "You're overall just a losing head coach. Even with Jimmy G trying to help you out, Coach Shanahan, you're still not good enough. Do you want to know why? Because Shanahan in his first 2 years won 10 games total, absolute combined. And then Jimmy G comes in that second year, they're 1-0, flying in from Foxborough as Jimmy GQ to save the day and potentially save his job. Certainly his reputation, Mr. Kyle Shanahan. Then all of a sudden in that third year, first year as a full-time starter, once Jimmy GQ is in the building, guess what they do? They go to the Super Bowl with Jimmy GQ." Unquote. Honestly, let me. While he has proven to be a winner when he's on the field, one of the biggest concerns surrounding Garoppolo has been his availability. Even I acknowledge that, and Jimmy has missed 23 games over the past 3 seasons, including missing 10 games last year due to ankle injuries, while Wiley also acknowledges the historic number of injuries that plagued the roster last season. He feels Shanahan has deflected the blame toward his QB. Wiley continued doubling down on the rhetoric, saying, quote, "Kyle Shanahan, stop trying to buy yourself some time by drafting another quarterback that you need to groom when you just traded for a quarterback that took you to a Super Bowl." So to me, this is a lot of displaced aggression, meaning I'm mad at the wrong thing, or this is a situation that simply is just classic deflection. Oh, I've got issues. People don't really want to look at my losing overall coaching record, the fact that I'm really not that good without Jimmy G. Unquote. Ho! Fam, here's the thing. I am curious as to what is your take on this matter. Has Marcellus Wiley went too far? That's question number one. Is there anything compelling at all about this argument? Or is Marcellus just clowning for attention, which I kind of think he is, because that's the most outrageous, far-fetched accusation that you're going to hear this year, last year, and ever since Kyle Shanahan arrived. This is unparalleled with everybody saying, well, McVay is a better coach than Kyle Shanahan. Excuse me? I do believe McVay stepped into a situation where he had all his kings and queens and everything else laid out there. All he had to do was play the game. Kyle had to come in and get a whole new board and get all his players on the board. It took a while to get that done after cleaning out the house. You know what's really good about that argument now? Every time Kyle sees McVay now, since that 1 year, Kyle kicks his ass. So, Rudy, I wish you would come in here, man. I'm waiting on you. Anyway, I'm just saying, So, but fam, what's going on with Marcellus? And as I say, I want to hear your position on that. Pete Gorman, I believe we will still keep Jimmy on unless some teams offers a first-round pick, and I don't see that happening yet. If they were going to offer one, they probably would have did it by now. Let me put on my ears and get started. Hey, Mickey.
Hey, how are you?
I mean, talk fantastic. Mickey, I just got through watching cartoons and everything, you know what I'm saying? I watch cartoons all into the evening. It's Saturday. Oh, Mikey, I'm sorry. Mikey, is there anything to justify what Marcellus is going on and on about?
I don't know. My question for you is, what do you think of the 49ers quarterback room? We have Josh Rosen, Jimmy Garoppolo, now Nate Suffield, and that guy that I can't remember the name of.
Josh.
And assuming that we take Fields, Jones, or Lance at 3, we now have 5 quarterbacks in a quarterback room. I believe one of them will get cut before the season or be sent down to the practice team.
I,
What do
one
you
of
think about this?
one of them probably is most likely. Yeah, I figured Josh. We got to. Oh God, what is his name? Anyway, Rosen's going to have to compete with Sudfeld from the way it's looking, due to the fact that Sudfeld has got an outrageously large contract for a guy that's in his position. So I
Hmm.
don't know. Somebody actually, the coach was last year. There's a coach we have on our staff that actually worked with Sudfeld last year. So Sudfeld, is that Scangarello by chance? I think it is. Anyway, all of them aren't going to. Johnson's not going to be on the team unless the 49ers decide they want to continue to use him to train our team against running quarter or mobile quarterbacks, right? So,
Oh.
yeah, it's most likely going to be the newbie, Jimmy, and Sudfeld.
Hmm.
And Rosen has to compete
So,
for Sudfeld. If he could beat Rosen, if Rosen can beat Sudfeld out, it'll be Rosen, and Sudfeld can go away with this nearly $1 million contract. It's really bizarre. But
y-
yeah,
y-
that's what I'm predicting on that.
mhm. And everybody's prediction from a few years ago, I
Yeah.
mean, a few months and weeks ago, was Alex Smith is coming back. I think there's no chance now.
Yeah.
Alex Smith comes back. We still have money to sign people, but there's not really people out there in free agency. I think it's better to save the money because we got a couple name guys on our team going up for free agency. Fred Warner. I believe Raheem Mostert is up for a contract. So I think right now, even though the number 3 pick is a huge money pick, aside from getting what we had last year of 31, I think you save your money, sign your players, kind of like we did this year, and then how we did it this year was we left like some of the players people thought we were going to resign, like K'Wan Williams, Jason Verrett. We kind of waited to sign those guys and see how the market around them happened. So
Hmm.
what do you think is going to happen for the rest of this free agency and then going into next year?
The cap's going to expand a lot between now and next year. So it's kind of hard to say. Um, you make those predictions now. We got people to sign. We got a lot of 1 year contracts, so it's going to be a lot of different contracts. Everybody's actually on a let's see what you look like this year, see how well we do, and things like that. So it's too soon to call that shot, is what it is.
Hmm. Okay, well, you answered all the questions I have. Thanks for
All right, Mikey. Good to hear from you again. Have a great night.
having me. You
All
too.
right. Hey, Shane, come on in, Shane.
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Shane. You see, bro, Marcellus Wiley put me in stitches laughing. And I'm a Jimmy G guy. I would never, ever lay blame on Shanahan for making anybody a scapegoat. The whole team went down in flames last year. I mean, Jimmy was only part of what happened last year. So why would you decide that Shanahan is using anybody as a scapegoat, which was I found was interesting. But at the same time, I was wondering the reaction that kind of madness would get. Shane, your feeling on that?
Um, I just think it's funny that these writers get so desperate, in the off season for a story.
Yeah.
Because that's what it sounds like to me. This guy's desperate for a story. This ain't got nothing to do with it. I think people are trying to make that narrative because we're drafting another quarterback that Kyle blames Jimmy. But I mean, anybody who watched the team knows they kind of had no choice. Jimmy hasn't been able to stay healthy. You can't argue that, and their jobs are on the line, and they need to find some kind of redundancy plan. But I don't think that makes Jimmy a scapegoat in any way.
Yeah, because Lynch and Shanahan made clear they're not going to be caught like they were last time and have nothing more than C.J. Beathard, Nick Mullins to come in the game if Jimmy goes down. So this was a calculated move that we anticipated. I think most of us didn't realize or think that they were going in the first round and trade up and give up that many assets to go get another quarterback. But the fact of the matter is, there was nothing to get maybe that was better than CJ or Nick below the first round. So, they had to make this move. And I think they got some competitions why they gave up as much as they did for that Dolphins pick. I think people think that they were so desperate that they want to get rid of Jimmy that they went up as high as they could to get the best chance they get. Well, in that case, I was thinking, well, why not get the Jets? Give up a third first-round pick if you want one that bad and you believe in him that much. So this is a situation where it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what the 49ers are doing. People are going to take the narrative that fits mostly their agenda. So, however you feel about Jimmy is which direction you're probably going to fall into. So, but this thing about blaming Kyle and using Jimmy as a scapegoat, I thought that was pretty strange. And I like you mentioned, I think Marcellus was trying to put himself on the map because everybody knows about what he said now.
Yeah, it just sounds like me. He, trying for a story, but we all know this is a calculated move. They're trying to just win the most games this year, and our backup situation was terrible, and it needs to be addressed. And they're not going to just sit at 12 and hope, they find someone. That to me is irresponsible. Go be aggressive and fix that need. And I see, I understand it from what I'm looking at.
And from what I'm hearing, the 49ers are done. They may trade back up into the first round again. They're going to go wild this year. I tell you, Shane, one thing we have with Lynch and Shanahan, these guys are football guys, and I like what they do and how they think. Their instincts are like crazy. They don't. People always think Shanahan and Lynch are too conservative. No, they're not. Maybe they don't work in the same way as the next person's aggressiveness would be, but they do not sit on their hands. That's not happening.
No, they definitely they're not. They got us all on our toes now. I'm just so excited, Ronbo. It's gonna be crazy. Couple more weeks, man, and we're gonna find out what's going through these guys' heads.
That's it. We're counting down now. We're like nearing halfway through the month. When we get down to the last week, it's going to be crazy. And Shane, you're going to hear a lot of more stuff too, man. Wiley is just, these guys are out there getting their names out there. So, Wiley said this, Grant Cohn said this, Zerline said this. Florio is the guy that's killing me this offseason. Florio's not having much to say about the 49ers. It's Chris Sims making everybody crazy. I assure you that Kyle Shanahan's going to pick up Mac Jones. Chris. Kyle already told us he doesn't talk to you. So you don't even know what you're talking about. You just want to get the attention. It's all about attention, Shane.
It's crazy. He went on that one podcast, and since then, this Mac Jones thing has just been entertaining, Ronbo. It's been so entertaining to see everybody's reaction. So,
And Kyle doesn't help any. Kyle keeps saying, no, when people ask him, no, Mac Jones is definitely somebody we're considering. But he won't say anything else. You're like, what's it? What else is he supposed to say? He's going to say that. Leave him alone. Shane, I just don't understand. If you're at number 3 and you're number 2 with the Jets, why do you have to clown? Are the Jets really taking Zach Wilson? I still wonder about that. Why would you? Anyway.
I think Kyle Shanahan needs to go join the World Series of Poker. Because, man, that dude, he's got his card tight.
He's got the poker face, too. Shane, great to hear from you. Hey, we got to go. I'll see you tomorrow, actually, if you got time.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good one.
All right, fam. Good night. Hey, Rebel D. And thanks for the contribution, Rebel D. He said, hey, Jimmy is clearly the guy in 2021 to get ready for the apology tour. Jimmy goes out and wins a ton of games. It's going to be lots of moonwalking. I tell you, man, I like the Jimmy that's coming up next year. He's got a lot to prove, and he's got the ability to do so. Is that name right? Is that a Brittany or? Yeah, it's hey, Brittany!
Hey, Ronbo.
How you doing tonight?
Good. WrestleMania night. So,
I
what's
tell
up?
you, but I'm fun, because I comb through the media drops every day, and I'm always amused by some, and others are kind of weird. And other, but Marcellus went off to a direction I'm not. There's nothing like this particular accusation, so I had to laugh. I said, I got to bring this to everybody's attention, see what they say. Marcellus is out there blaming Coach Shanahan. He thinks he's moving around, working around Jimmy, because he's all PO'd, because Jimmy may have been causing his record to look like it does, and it doesn't look good, honestly. I mean, you're Coach Shanahan, the son of a legendary coach, and here I am. After 5 years, I've got one good season. It's embarrassing, and but has Marcellus went too far? Has he lost his mind? Is he trying to get clicks? Or do you find anything compelling about his argument?
It's a mixture. I don't know. As soon as I saw it, I was confused. I was like, wait, what? Why would anybody want to make Jimmy a scapegoat? A bunch of fans are already doing that now.
Right.
But the coach, it's like, I don't know. It's like a back and forth thing. The thing is that with Shanahan, out of all the quarterbacks that he has, the one he's won the most with is Jimmy. If you look at all the quarterbacks that he either was offensive coordinator with or even a head coach, Jimmy still tops them. But I'm on the fence with what he said. I think it's mainly for clicks, but who knows? Who knows?
How many games did they win in that Super Bowl year? It wasn't 13.
I forget.
It wasn't 13, though, was it? Yeah, and actually,
no.
And Britt, you know what? The 49ers should have been 14-2. Again, with injuries, you look up that game we lost to the Seahawks with that kid kicking the ball into the tunnel. George Kittle was up in the glass booth. Emmanuel Sanders left in the first quarter, and Sanders and Jimmy were already getting that rhythm going early in that game. We lost that game in overtime. Should have won that game. 14-2 should have been easily attained.
It should have been. It definitely should have been. It's just hard. It's just hard to say. I'm thinking it's a click.
Brittany, you're being drowned out. Brittany, is that your TV or is that somebody in the room with you?
It's somebody in the room with me, but
okay. Go ahead. We'll work with it. Go ahead.
It's hard to say. It's definitely hard to say. So it's confusing.
Yeah, it's going to go away soon. I don't think nobody's really taking it seriously, but everybody's just like, Marcellus, what are you talking about? We understand you're trying to go to another lane, but this is like, let's not do this. So, yeah.
And plus, everybody's still on that train. Like, as soon as the Noble's being picked at number 3, pack your bags, Jim. You're gone.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't know, because usually when I hear a team gives away multiple first-round picks for a quarterback, it's usually 3. The 49ers gave away 2.
Well, they gave a third-round pick, so they kind of gave away 3.
Yeah, they gave away a third, too. So it makes me curious, like, is it or is it not? Because I don't know. Like I said, I'm still on this board where I'm not gambling for a first-round quarterback. Because some that are in later rounds could be better than the first round.
Can you imagine?
Just saying.
Brittany, can you imagine, though, if they don't pick a quarterback, everybody's got their, you know how you get ready to go to a dinner party and you already know what's on the menu? You think you know what's on the menu. You come in there and instead of having filet mignon, they're having meatloaf. You know what I mean? Because the 49ers don't pick a quarterback in the first. I don't know if John and Kyle are going to be able to get back into the city limits without people waiting for them at the airport.
It's going to be terrible, but I trust them. I trust them because they have been on their games during free agency, and I really do think that you might see some moves. They may not stay at 3. They may move back down. You never know. They did it before last year.
Yeah, they could. And what's that? There's a wide receiver that was supposed to be taking over the league this year. That's in there this year. You look at him.
From Florida?
What's his name? Jamar. His name starts with a
Oh,
J.
Jamar Chase from LSU.
Is that him? Yeah, yeah. That dude. They
LSU, yeah.
said he could be the greatest thing since Julio, right? Also, you look at
Mm-hmm.
the beast coming out of Florida as well,
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
I don't. The 49ers may trade back in the first round
Around.
to get one of them dudes. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. I mean, I wish Pitts was at 3, but everybody's banking it on Fields. Me, not so much. Anybody is deserving to be at number 3.
No, but you know,
Anybody.
well, yeah. There's just several guys, but we definitely need. We don't have a second string quarterback now, or a newbie. We do have a problem with that. So we do need a quarterback.
Yeah, we do. That definitely needs to be fixed. If we were still at 12 and we didn't move at all, I would have said for 43 we could look at Kellen Mond, we could look at Jamie Newman, we could look at Davis Mills from Stanford. Those would have been good choices for the backup run, but
Yeah, everybody
we'll
says
see.
good things about Mills from Stanford. Can't wait to see what he looks like in the NFL. Good stuff, Brittany.
Lynch
Hey.
was at the pro day.
I tell you, and they were too. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? And all over
Yeah.
Twitter as usual. All right.
Yes.
Bye, Brittany.
Yeah, keep following that.
And we move to Chill, Pill, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Phil. I feel like, were you equally amused with Marcellus going off into a tent? That was pretty creative on his part, if nothing else. Oh, God.
What? None of these guys know nothing.
I know. You got to come up with something, don't you?
I know. They're trying to get clicks. They're trying to get lines, but know nothing. And, I'm pretty sure we're going to draft a quarterback. I don't know who in the first. And then I think the other picks are really important. That's where I'm
Isn't that
really
the truth?
concerned about.
Because those are the guys who are going to see action this year, possibly ready to play guys. Because contrary to what the people think, the quarterback that's coming in this year is going to have to learn some things before he starts taking over a Super Bowl ready team.
Exactly.
So
So our second, third, fourth, 3/5, those are the guys that are going to come in and make a difference to next year. So that's where I'm concerned. And we draft a quarterback, he's going to have to be groomed, and we get a rookie quarterback for a few years, and then we can buy some other players, and but it's the guys we get on the second, third, fourth, fifth rounds. Those are guys that are going to be making a difference the next year. I really think so.
and it's exciting stuff too, Phil, because every time they draft, these guys are good. You see one or two players, wow, how did they find that one? We've been looking like that every year.
The other thing is, we've got more draft capital than everybody else in our division for the next 5 years, even after this trade. So think about it. Seattle doesn't have a first-round pick for the next few years. The Rams, the next 4 years, don't have a first-round picks. Arizona does have first-round picks, but they got a long ways to go, I think. And so I'm not worried about it. So.
And no need to be, because as I say, Shanahan and Lynch, when we were crying about what the Rams were doing and how active they were and everything, we're not sitting back saying, we're going to build the team the right way. Let them go ahead and continue to do what they're doing. And then you project in the future, and here we are. We've arrived at that place of, okay.
We're going to be a winner for years to come, while those guys are going to be losers.
Yeah.
Just the way it's going to be.
It's going to be fun being a part of their losing, too. The Rams. I give McVay another couple of years. I'm sorry, say it.
Russo gets you, whoever it was, get used to it. The Rams fans.
Oh, Rudy.
Rudy, that's it.
Yeah. No, Russo's a 49er fan. Yeah. Yeah. He'll be in a minute and leave one of his little zingers as if it had any impact. Poor guy.
Yeah.
So,
I'm looking forward to the draft. I'm curious. I just want to see where the Niners draft. But, I think Lynch and Shanahan know what they're doing, honestly.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
It seems
and I have trust in them.
Yeah.
So, look what they did with free agency. Who expected them to come with all that?
Art.
Really?
I mean,
and Barack and everybody, they are an orchestra.
Aren't they?
And I think, I think we're in good shape.
Couldn't get a better team. I bet you there's other teams that wish they had a Parag Marathi. The guy is amazing.
And look what he did with Trent Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Trent Williams, we really don't pay until the third year when the new league TV contract kicks in. So we're in great shape with Trent.
What do they say to these guys, though, Phil? These guys are sitting there, and it's like they want this pay hike, and Parag talks them into, I don't know who's doing the talking to, but they talk them into doing things that are more feasible, and it's going to help the team continue to move forward. If you have any selfishness in you, I guess you're not going to accept it, but they really do. I thought Williams was all about the money.
He worked it to it's a win-win situation. That's what he does. And so I think the players like what they get, and then the team works out the way that they can manage around it. So that's the beauty of it.
I am impressed. Oh, we're going to see what happens. So Phil, I'll tell you what. Let's see what tomorrow what we're going to do here, and or what the 49ers are going to do here, and get into it.
Like I said, I'm more interested in what we pick in second, third, fourth, and the 3/5. That's going to be key for next year.
And it always is.
So.
All right, fam.
All right, Ronbo.
We'll see you tomorrow, Phil.
Okay, take care.
You too.
Bye.
And Santana.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Santana, man, I'm sitting back here, man. I'm amused. We're going to get a lot of amusement and entertaining things if you look through the internet every day as what's going on in the NFL sports writers, man. They're going nuts. And even the recorded shows is Marcellus Wiley, man. Because, Stephen A. Smith has been the dude, like everybody. When you click on Stephen A. Smith, you're ready. Get ready for something wild and outrageous, right? So, I'm looking at Speak for Yourself. I do watch that every now and then. There it was, Marcellus Wiley. Naco. Yeah. Kyle Shanahan's using Jimmy for a scapegoat. Who is he anyway? He wasn't nobody before Jimmy got there. Matter of fact, just because he got that name, I was Wiley, man. Where you going with this, man? What are you doing? What are you talking about? Then I realized what he was doing as he was going along. Wiley's getting attention. He cannot mean what he said. But what do you think about what he said? And did he say everything he said was BS? Or do you agree with any of it? Or what are you thinking?
I didn't really hear about it, or I didn't see it. But I am gonna say this. I think what's going on. The 49ers are like what they did. It's a big move. It's gonna go down in history. From all the drafting away, all those picks. It's gonna go down in history, and it's gonna be one of those stories whether it's a hit or miss, and it's gonna be big.
Yeah.
And so. And so right now what the media is going on is that the 49ers are the popular hot team topic right now, right? So I think everybody's trying to get click. It's all clickbait, I just, today in the morning I saw something on ESPN that said Justin Fields committed, or no, it said San Francisco or Kyle Shanahan's committed to Justin Fields or whatever. And it was not even like an hour that they released the video, and it already had 1,000 views. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the way it works.
So,
because people get scared and they want to know, whoa, what are you talking about? And here we go, they click it.
Exactly. So, like I said, like this trade they made up, it's gonna go down in history, man. It's and it's gonna go, so that's why I feel like it's a hot topic and everybody's talking about it, and especially Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch not spilling anything, out to the media is just causing more and more talks, and it all started off with Chris Sims, honestly, when he released his top fucking quarterbacks,
Yeah.
and so when he said that Mac Jones for sure is going to the Niners, I don't know if he did it with intention that it was going to heat up some people, but if he did, I mean, it's genius, what he did, because a lot of people, he got a lot of attention because of that, so
Hey,
I mean,
but was it
what's up?
Rappaport or was it Chris? Who's the first guy who did that?
It
Might
was
have been
Chris Sims. It was Chris Sims. He said that it was Mac Jones to the Niners because he's all, I know my buddy, I know how he thinks.
Oh, yeah, I remember, yeah.
And Mac Jones is his type, yeah. So, and then everybody kind of picked up steam off of that, and then it just grew and grew and caught on fire, and everybody's on it. Even Adam Schefter said that in his mock draft, just like Mac Jones to the Niners, and it was like, what, But I mean, we know that they don't leak anything, and I really don't think that the Niners and John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are dumb enough to take Mac Jones. I look, for me, Ronbo, he's just not the guy, and I think we just the way the NFL is going, we need to get a quarterback that can extend the play, So I mean, to give us a better chance of beating like tough games, crucial games and stuff like that. When let's say for example George Kittle goes out or Debo or something like that. And I hope nothing like that happens, but you kind of need you need a quarterback to pick up the pace, and make plays on its own that, kind of take off the weight off the team, So, so players like Justin Fields, even Trey Lance. I mean, I was watching some tape on Trey Lance, Ronbo. He's a monster, man. I mean, the guy has an arm, you know what I'm saying? And he's so physical. I like him. Between Justin Fields or Trey Lance, man, I don't really care who they get. But if we were to get one of those teams, I think we'd be a juggernaut in the NFL, to be honest. And and I also heard this, Ronbo, real quick. I also heard this. I like this. I heard someone say this. Is like, what if the Niners are making a Mac Jones a thing, so teams can trade up to get Mac Jones to kind of, get all the quarterbacks out of the way in the first 10 before the Patriots get to pick. So it kind of forced them their hand and make a trade for Jimmy G. You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
you see, and that was
you
that
can't
was
have
kinda,
both.
That's
You
kind
can't move up to 3 and yeah.
No,
and include Jimmy G?
So it says something like, it says he said that, like, what if the Niners, creating this Mac Jones, they want to take Mac Jones, and then Atlanta taking Trey Lance, and then Denver taking Justin Fields or whatever, then there's no quarterback to take for the Patriots
and
to take.
then the Patriots
so then
come
it
up
forces,
and give the number one pick.
and want to trade, give up their first for Jimmy G and something like that. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities, but that's a good, what I heard, that was a good, theory out there. But yeah, Ronbo, I mean, hopefully the Niners don't choke this trade. And I mean, obviously they made the trade and they already have the guy in mind, and whoever it is, I'm pretty sure is going to hit, So
yeah, and they're probably pretty confident that this person's going to be there, or unless they do something wild and crazy like what you're talking about now, and trade down.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, Santana, we got to go right
all
out
right,
time.
man. All right,
I'll
Ronbo.
see you tomorrow.
We'll talk later.
All right.
See you, man.
Night,
You have a
fam.
good one.
You too.
Later.
And Jamie. Yo, Jamie.
What's going on, Ronbo?
And Jamie, I'll tell you right now, hopefully I'll get some space in this thing. That I can take a look at some of the people you're talking about that you sent me already. I got you and Ellis. You guys got some great picks-ups, I can tell. So, yeah. But Jamie.
Dude, that guy is crazy good looking.
Oh, man, I got to see that. And the 49ers are probably looking at a wide receiver. Probably, I don't know how early, but the 49ers are full of surprises. So look out. They may trade back on the first round.
Yeah.
And they're already threatening to do that. They may be looking at one of these prime time receivers and get the next prime. We'll see.
That guy's listed as a top slash wide receiver. I don't know what he is. He's like 6'6". He on his vertical, he hit the top flag.
He'll win at the peak of the leap. Apparently 6'6", and you got them kind of hops. That's a monster.
Yeah. And there was like 9 other teams listed as looking at the guy. So I mean, they're going to have to beat a couple of them out to get him if they're going to get him.
Yeah, but how much does he look powerful to take the NFL? See, a lot of these guys, I like Devontae. I say he's going to last in the NFL. But man, we're not worried about him being that small. Well, you need to be. He gets to get hit one time. So,
if you look on YouTube and punch his name in there, his pro day, you see the picture on the pro day. Yeah, dude's an NFL player.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you got to, what?
Sure.
Jamie, we're always talking about 49ers, why are they playing these games with that pick? It could be Santana just brought that to my attention. 49ers could be hedging to move in another direction to get somebody to come at them. We'll see. This draft night's going to be crazy. I can already tell.
Yeah.
Especially opening night.
I want to say something about the Cardinals GM. Like, their GM is pretty dang good, but if they had a good head coach down there, I'd be afraid of those guys.
Yeah.
Because they did pretty good this offseason.
Wait.
Rams not so much.
The Cardinals GM. Well, that's not the same guy. They fired the guy they had a few years ago, right? Who's in there now?
Yeah. The last 2 years, this guy's been picking up players, right? Like real players.
Yeah. I mean, how do you get DeAndre Hopkins from the Texans, and then you pick up and get J.J. Watt? He's got something going on with the Texans, if nothing else. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find out.
And you got that draft pick, that really fast linebacker guy, Simmons.
All right. That was a good move. Although they needed.
Yeah, he's been making some moves if that guy pans out.
That's true, but they did need an offensive lineman, actually. I mean, one of the reasons why Kyler was laying in the dirt rolling around when we played him is because he got blindsided. Well, actually, that was a blitz. Okay, I take that back. So.
Yeah, they're sitting at 11 or something.
Yeah, at least, right? Are they only? Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty high up there. I know that they're high enough where they can get an O-lineman, a good one.
After 1 year too, they've made that kind of stride. So you're right, Jamie. Meanwhile, Marcellus Wiley, were you amused by him, or what are you thinking?
I usually watch Speak for Yourself because I watch a lot of the sports shows, and he's usually on the right side of an issue.
Yeah.
But there's no right side of that issue. He's wrong no matter what.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
He just came up with that.
Just bringing it up was wrong.
But he played it off. Marcellus could have got an award for his acting because Marcellus, I don't think he believes that himself. Right? So I'm laughing as he's talking because I'm thinking, he can't be serious. You insulted
the first
Kyle
couple
Shanahan.
years that Shanahan got here doesn't even count because our players were garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was nothing to work with. The cupboard was bare.
So I keep telling Rams fans, and people keep saying, McVay's better than Shanahan. Oh, you guys, I'm telling you, man, Shanahan and Lynch had to come in and start from scratch. McVay walked into a house full of groceries. Come on, man.
Yeah, his team was pretty stacked.
So
there was something else I was wanting to say, but I forgot off the top of my head.
That's okay. We'll be back tomorrow anyway. So I've been looking for. I'm gonna do my best to get to your picks today too, Jamie, because I'm dying to know who you're talking about.
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to put his name out on the deal here. I don't want to announce it, but I want you to take a look at it, and then we'll talk about it next time.
All right. Looking forward. All right,
cool.
Jamie. Have a great night.
Call back in. Thanks, Ronbo. Bye.
All right. Night, fam. Hey, Steven.
Ronbo, how you doing, man?
Steven, man, outstanding. It's usually, man, it's like weekend time. When I wake up on Saturday and get my cartoons in, it's all good. I have no shame in saying, ever since I was a child, that was the pinnacle of my week. Is get to Saturday
man,
morning.
the cartoons are actually kind of good this year.
I know, you know.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I still watch it too.
So
I still watch it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We could have no shame. We should find the adults, and we'll get the adults who continue to watch cartoons way beyond what's decent. Club.
Mm-hmm.
But
Man,
Steven,
Ronbo,
speaking of amusement, Marcellus Wiley went wild.
I was just about to talk about that.
Yeah, but what is your thought on that?
My thought on it, man, it's clickbait. Come on, man. Really? The last time a coach has ever blamed anybody for anything, who am I thinking of? Most likely, I'd have to say it's probably D. Watt and his coach. That's the most recent one I can think of.
That's a good question. No coach.
It's clickbait, man. Just like how I said that, everyone's saying Mac Jones is the next 49ers QB up in the third draft. Mac Jones, that's all just smoke and mirrors, man. And to be honest, though, I will say this, because I was looking up some highlight reels between Mac Jones, all the QBs. Literally all day today I was watching the QBs because I was preparing for this one talk. All their highlight reels, all their bad games. Mac Jones, for what he is and what people think he is, he's not that bad of a QB. He probably had a really bad pro day. Yeah. But every time he's played, he's a really good pocket passer. Yeah. The man has a cannon for an arm. When he gets crunched, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners said, you know what, let's trade back. We'll go ahead and pick up Mac Jones at a lower pick.
But Steven, no, you make a great point.
Yeah.
People are trashing Mac Jones a little too much. He doesn't suck, but the comparison, when you look at Wilson and you look at the upside of Lance, you think he's less than. But I think people have gone too far with how bad he is. I don't know if he's all that bad. I saw the same clips you're talking about, and I didn't see a guy that's going to lose games for you. He may not be as good as the other guys, but he ain't that bad.
His most impressive throw, I think, was to what's that receiver from Alabama? It was against Kentucky, and he threaded the needle. I couldn't believe when he threw that.
Between two defenders, right? Yeah, I saw that. Devontae, Johnson.
Devontae, no.
Devontae?
Is it Johnson?
Waddle?
It is Devontae.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, I think. Devontae Adams. But man, it would make much more sense if they were like, yeah, you know what? Let's hype up Mac Jones, and then just move back. If we really want him, we'll get him for corn chips. That's if Atlanta doesn't try to swoop him up before we do, if we trade back.
You got to be careful, though. Belichick. You got to look out for Belichick, because if the 49ers do want Mac Jones and they do trade back, Belichick will jump on that in a heartbeat and move past them, wherever they are.
Easily.
Yeah.
But the weakest one I can say off the top of my head, and it's going to upset a few people, I have to say Zach. There are a couple of times where he has thrown to a receiver where it just doesn't look like there was any power behind it.
Yeah.
Maybe they got in his head or something, but he looks like he's just kind of, not all the way there.
Yeah, Zach
Justin Fields, great QB.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, amazing. Zach Wilson, I think, would probably be, a little bit more on the weaker end, and that's going to upset a few people, but it is what it is. But as for saying,
one question I want to ask you on that. This is why I wonder: do you really think the Jets? And I don't know why they'd be playing games with this, but do you really think the Jets are going to take Zach Wilson at number 2 with Trevor Lawrence sitting? I mean, with not Trevor Lawrence, but with Fields right there for the taking? Why would I take?
Yeah.
I saw the same thing you saw. I told people earlier, Wilson, guys, I don't know. Is he that great? And Fields was good, but I didn't see enough tape on him to think the hype he's getting is all that way either. But Zach is like, I take Fields over him.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I stand by that. I take Fields over Zach Wilson. Before I used to be on that hype train with Zach Wilson, but after actually watching all his click tapes and all his highlight reels and everything, win and loss, he seems like the weakest link out of the top 3 QBs. But I want to say this. I'm going to jump back real quick to the topic about Jimmy G and Kyle Shanahan. If Kyle Shanahan tried to make Jimmy G the scapegoat, that would cause a full-blown mutiny in that locker room altogether.
Yeah, actually.
And I'm tired of people saying that, especially in the chat, what's his name? Rome the Upsetter, that dude. Oh, man, he's tripping, fizzing on it, man. But on everything, Ronbo?
Yeah, good.
Jimmy G is going to take us to I think he's going to take us to the Super Bowl. If he gets hurt, then the trading, that'll start leading more towards Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, I too, and by the way, this is his second year. There's nothing Jimmy doesn't know about that offense, execution, and better yet, he's got players around him that people don't take into, can also, that know what they're doing. You get everybody on the same page and everybody fully knowledgeable what they're doing out there. Look out. Jimmy G is not going to suck like some people say. I get a kick out of that. People confuse being hurt with equated with being a bad player. Hey, and I went through this last year, but I said, guys, 2 years ago, I said, I don't know about J-Dub being a bad football player. He gets hurt too much, but I'll be damned if he can't play. And sure enough, last 2 years, he didn't get hurt, and he showed him up. Steve, we're going to run out of time, though.
Oh, my bad. All right.
Let's see you tomorrow. We'll be back. All right.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow, Ronbo.
All right. Have a great night.
Bye.
Oh, God. And Tony, Dr. Tony. Thanks, Tony. That contribution. McVay is the future 49ers quarterbacks coach. Can you imagine? Poor McVay, how the mighty will have fallen. And McVay comes to work for Shanahan. Oh, it's Tony. Tony's here now. Tony. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, hey, Rudy. Hey, Rudy, come on in. And I know you have a question for Tony. Tony, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Ronbo. Aloha. How are you doing?
Oh, great. It's weekend time, you know. That's awesome, Tony.
I just call it like I see it. Yeah, Sean McVay, he'd be, like trading away all his first-round draft picks for years and years. They've been drafting pretty decently down farther in the deeper rounds, but at some point he's mortgaging the future, and it's going to catch up with him. It's going to be very interesting. That team is so darn top-heavy, and I honestly think Sean McVay is kind of ruining his reputation a lot by trading away all those first-round draft picks. And, he got into the Super Bowl and scored 3 points as an offensive genius. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
And now he's got those 3 studs in Stafford, Donald, and Ramsey. But, man, any one of those 3 guys goes down, and that team is going to go belly up in a heartbeat, and that team's not going to be able to recover. And then that's when Kyle picks up the phone and is like, hey, Sean, buddy, little guy, come on. Come on over, brother. We got you. Anyway, I'm speaking that into existence. But happy Saturday. It's crazy. You're doing a Saturday show.
Happy Saturday, Tony. But we're going to see a lot of madness between, and it's 3 weeks to go, or 2 weeks to go. 3 weeks to go, of writers going berserk. Actually, Tony does a column too, which is fantastic. But Tony, you're a man with rational. You're not out there trying to attract attention by being silly. So when I look at Marcellus on Speak for Yourself, coming up with what he came up with, which is almost genius in the way that he separated himself from the pack like that, because nobody is thinking along that line. In my wildest dreams and imagination, Kyle's. Oh, he's plotting. He's getting rid of Jimmy because Jimmy's making him look bad. Jimmy's a scapegoat. I would have never came up with that, and I'm a Jimmy guy. So what do you think about that madness?
Yeah, I read the quotes that he gave, and he's definitely clickbaiting. He's trying to, build a name for himself, like in the media. And, you look at people, like your Grant Cohns, who have built like a mini 49er media empire and a lot of attention and a lot of influence as a result of his hot takes. And I can't blame Marcellus for doing it. I just completely disagree with his premise. His big thing is saying that, Kyle, from what I gathered from reading the quotes, what he inferred was that Kyle was good only because of Jimmy. And I'll actually say, it's really a marriage of the both of them, because Jimmy has the skills to execute Kyle's offense. But the fact of the matter is, Kyle Shanahan was able to put up almost 40 points on Aaron Donald with Brian Hoyer a couple of years ago and a completely bare roster, And so,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was a fun Thursday night game that came down to the very end. Yeah.
They would not stop scoring, either team.
Yeah, and with nobody, like there was no offensive talent. I mean, I think Jeremy Curley was the best wide receiver on the team at that point, something like
Goodwin,
that. It was
Goodwin made a couple of plays. It was a Marquise Goodwin night too, which Marquise Goodwin looked like nobody's ever seen him look before.
Yeah,
and since.
Exactly. So my point being is Marcellus, he's just trying to drum up some notoriety, but he's making a point that really isn't true, because look, even when Jimmy was hurt last year, when he had that ankle, Kyle was able to scheme up a very nice box score for Jimmy. And, Jimmy has also, it's a marriage. It truly is a marriage. And healthy, confident Jimmy is, in my opinion, like a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. The problem is since the ACL, we haven't seen healthy, confident Jimmy often enough. And to Marcellus's point, when Jimmy plays well, the Niners can go to the Super Bowl with a combination of a good quarterback in Kyle Shanahan's play calling and a behind. Well, that defense in 2019 was generational. It really, really was. But all I can say is Kyle Kyle's the one who's making the offense go. And, I think Kyle deserves some scrutiny because of the way he's kind of overall managed the quarterback position over the last 2.5 years and has kind of allowed it to get to this point. But at the same time, the other half of that has to do with Jimmy's health. And if Jimmy was healthy all last season, we're having very different conversations right about now. So I don't think Marcellus is coming at it from a bad place. I just think he is just trying to get more followers. And God bless him, he's allowed. So
and try to be unique in his approach, so that everybody can say, "Well, look, Marcellus has another spin on things."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was always a fun player to watch when he was playing in the game, when he was with the Bears and everything. I really dug him. So fun stuff. But we have 19 days to go until the NFL draft, and then a lot of this craziness is going to start dying down a little bit and going to turn into actual football coverage and real analysis. Because right now we have armchair quarterbacks literally talking up a storm and garnering a lot of attention on Twitter. And it's wonderful. It's actually never been more fun to be a 49ers fan, just because of the way we can engage. But at the same time, there's a lot of craziness out there too, Ronbo, and you deal with it every day. So
I'm actually some of the reason why some of the craziness is going on, because if you stand your ground on certain issues, it just brings armies at you, So totally. But it's fun.
Yeah. I wanted to make one last point, and it is in regards to Jimmy Garoppolo, whom I still respect and think is a very good quarterback, like if he's healthy and if he has his head screwed on straight. And that is just, I am hopeful that the 49ers will actually, I've changed my mind a few times this entire draft process, but I watched a podcast breakdown on another YouTube influencer's channel the other night with this with the Hammer and Nails podcast, just giving it a shout out because they had on a quarterbacks coach who has coached up Trevor Lawrence, who has coached up Justin Fields, and has coached up Trey Lance. And the thing that this quarterbacks coach sort of brought or talked about is how Trey Lance is actually a lot more mentally prepared for the NFL than a lot of people think he is. And one of the things that he doesn't get enough credit for is his football IQ, in the sense that when he was at North Dakota State, he was actually the one calling the plays at the line of scrimmage. And so he has that mental acuity to his game. And looking at Jimmy Garoppolo's contract and understanding that he has 2 more years left on it with the 49ers. And also the comparison I like to make right now with Trey Lance is Steve McNair. Steve McNair went to a Division II school too. He's a big guy who had running ability and a good arm. But Steve McNair sat for 2 years. And the way I look at it, I am really hopeful that Kyle and John are going to be drafting Trey Lance to be that 1 season sit or 2 season sit prospect, and maybe and Trey Lance might actually even have a higher ceiling than Steve McNair did. And I think that if we had that kind of dynamism going forward in future seasons, not necessarily 2020, because the Niners can have their cake and eat it too. They can win now with Jimmy, and we can win in the future with Trey. Anyway, I know I got to go. We got a lot of people.
But good stuff, though, Tony, as usual. I wish we had more time to elaborate on that. All right. Let's see you tomorrow. All right.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Aloha.
Peace.
All right, fam. There's a comparison. McNair and Lance. And hey, Papa Dragon, come on in. Papa Dragon.
I am
Papa
unmuted. Hello.
All right. Hey, Papa Dragon.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. We're sitting. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say, number one, I think you definitely are the voice of the 49ers. And I also want to say that you're doing a fantastic job.
Well, thanks.
The last time I got on here was my first time getting on anywhere. And I got a little excited. So I talked a whole lot. But I'm a lot more chill now.
It was good stuff.
So let's talk. Let's talk about Marcellus Wiley.
Jump on in there.
So, well, Marcellus Wiley, like I said, he's a necessary evil. He comes from the viewpoint of the player. The player always comes from the viewpoint of the player. But I come from the viewpoint of the accountant. And I don't feel sorry at all for Jimmy G because he's made $90 million and missed 44% of his starts. So
48, actually.
That being said, the reality is that Jimmy G still has that locker. You know, these fellas, no one has spoken out against him. They're all for him. Even Richard Sherman, who's not even on the team, basically said that Garoppolo is the most efficient quarterback he's ever known.
Now, that is amazing. When players go away and they're still saying nice things about it, especially Richard Sherman, who is not going to be anything but honest about his feelings. So, yeah.
Nope. And another thing that he was honest about and right about was Justin Fields. He said that Justin Fields is also efficient. He said you take away his athleticism. Take away his athleticism. He's accurate and just as accurate as Jimmy Garoppolo. So, you know, a lot of people are petitioning for different players and things like that. But make no mistake about it. There are some people out there who are going to feel slighted, but I think that Shanahan and Lynch have navigated it the right way. You know, they've been upfront with Jimmy about things. They've told him they're not blindsiding him with nothing. You know, even when they talked to Tom Brady, they talked to him. Now, was it a mistake not signing Tom Brady? Yes. That was a mistake. Because, you know, Tom Brady has one thing that Jimmy doesn't have, and that is he brings the best out of the players around him. And that's very important in leadership. So when you hear people talk about Tom Brady now, they're talking about not just making them better players, but making them better men. So Tom Brady.
But Pop, you know what the problem with Brady was going to be, though. Brady came in and I think he told Arians, listen, you're going to have to trust me, but there's some things I'm going to want to do that may not fit exactly in your program, but I guarantee you results. And I think, you know, Kyle Shanahan's, he's not wired to accept. The Shanahan men believe that they are above and beyond, and they have a right to be because they are clever. But they're not going to have a quarterback who can come in there and not do what he's told.
Yeah, I mean, and that could very well possibly. I could see that happening. But we're talking about the dope. And I will give them some credit that the past coaches have not given them credit. You know, the Shanahan regime has been the one regime that has been around since the Yorks took over that have actually let alumni players come in and chime in on situations and things. So I do think that that's a very good thing that they've done. But going back to a couple of things, a couple of callers have said, like, you know, my comparison to Mac Jones was Tom Brady. That was my comparison. I'm like, oh, this could be Tom Brady all over again.
That's been
now,
said
again,
by a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of things have to go right though. But people need to understand when I say that he could be the next Tom Brady. Tom Brady came in as a 6th round backup, and that's what Mac Jones is. He's a backup, and he's not going to throw from a clean pocket NFL.
And Bobby, you know, it's the kind of team you put around a player. Everybody thinks that you need a quarterback and bust out of the pocket and run around. You know, in fact, that's what you hope to avoid. Russell Wilson doesn't want to do that anymore. Quarterbacks that do that to their quarterback first, they don't care to run. They hope the receivers open quickly, can gain separation, so he can use his quick release and get that ball to him. If plays break down, that's one thing. But Shanahan's plays are designed for you to get rid of the ball. That's why everybody keeps rooting for and thinking that when play breaks down, Yeah, but if the play's breaking down, Shannon's going to blame you for it to some degree because you might have missed somebody. Because Shannon's philosophy is there's always somebody open.
And I think that's his most. I think that's his biggest flaw. His biggest flaw is that he doesn't take accountability for any of those losses. And in some ways, as a head coach, you need to, because that takes the pressure off the players. When you don't sit there and say, "Hey, I could have coached better. We could have did this better," then all of a sudden that pressure is squarely on the coaches. But I think they do have a good atmosphere there. They have a good environment. They have a winning environment again, which is why people discount that. People coming back saying, "Hey, I'm going to play a one-year deal for $5 million." That's the kind of stuff used to happen to the 49ers back in the 90s. So to their credit, they have that. But I really, truly believe that they like Jimmy. I truly believe that. I don't think they're mad at Jimmy, but at the top of the stadium it says 49ers. They don't say Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's true,
right?
And you need a plan B.
They got to take care of the whole team.
Yeah, and if Jimmy goes down again, you see what happens, right? So the 49ers have said, we ain't having that happen again. We're not going to depend on CJ and Nick. We got to go get a real quarterback here.
So they got to get a quarterback room. Yeah.
We're going to run out of time. But good stuff again. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. All right?
All right, man. Right. Take care, Ronbo.
You do. Have a good night. Papa Dragon. I think it's all pop on Twitter as well. I'm seeing everybody on Twitter because I'll be in there fighting with everybody. We got a reputation for being nasty. One dude called me, "Man, Ronbo, man, you rude and nasty." I wasn't always rude and nasty until I came to Twitter. I'm serious. My mama didn't raise me like that. I've always been polite. Go to church on Sunday, Sunday school early. I was a good boy. And then football, and then Twitter. And you can't behave? Who can behave?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
God, I tried.
Yo, man.
I apologize on occasion. I put public apologies out there every now and then, too. But Ice, come on in, man.
What's up, man?
I'm Marcus Wiley, man. Marcellus Wiley. Marcellus did something. No, I'm looking at everybody else doing certain things about this first round pick quarterback and trading up and everything. But Marcellus is saying things that nobody else was saying. I had to laugh. I said, Marcellus, man, you had to sit back for hours to come up with this, man. This is hilarious. But Marcellus is saying, developing a soap opera. Kyle Shanahan is getting another quarterback to get back at Jimmy Garoppolo. He blames him for all the problems he's had. I said, Marcellus, you need to stop smoking that low-grade dope, man. Come on now.
And that's true. You know something, dog? I'm going to tell you something, man. Shout out to the big man. Shout out to my 49er fans. Marcellus is on a show that ratings really suck.
Because of Stephen A. Stephen A. gets everybody's ratings, even if they don't like him.
Now you got Stephen A., you got Skip and Shannon, you got First and First. These guys are blowing them out of the water. So of course, I mean, these guys are doing this here. That's a good point. They're like the worst guys on freaking sports. I mean, they're good. They're good, but the thing is, they don't have that flavor. So, of course, they
because I just accidentally ran into him. I wasn't looking at him. That's why I said I didn't even see this. This is funny. So,
Listen, nobody actually goes and watch that show. They watch snippets off of YouTube. That's real. Everybody watches snippets off of YouTube of that show.
And they put it in your choices, and you might click it, and you might not. You're right.
They're not even getting subscribers, man. They just get people to click it and watch what the hell he had to say. So when he said that, people are like, what is he saying about, especially 49er fans, like, see this ratchet shit he talking about right now. Let's see this ratchet nonsense he talking about now. So I didn't even watch it. I just looked at what he said, and that's when I laughed.
It's hilarious.
The other night, I'm going to tell you something. It's funny you said that, too, because if you look at it, between him and Ocho's analyst, Ocho is a better analyst than he is. He knows more about football. Now, the other night, he had a thing about Mac Jones, which made a lot of sense. He said, if you look at Mac Jones, you look at the wide receivers, he got all his yards because the receivers got the RAC. over 55% of his touchdowns came because of the wide receivers. Where does that make this guy? If he has, I don't know.
Ice, I want to hear this. You're fading in and out, though.
Okay, all right. You hear me now?
Yeah, clearly. All right.
Yeah.
Go talk about the receivers. I'm enjoying it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Mac Jones. Now, over 55% of the touchdowns he had became because of the wide receivers he has. He's the top 10 wide receivers in the nation.
Boys,
actually 4 dudes. He had 4 guys. Yeah. These guys got run after catches. So, yeah, if I had that kind of talent too, I could sit in the pocket and make throws. No question about it. Nothing takes away from Mac Jones. Now, and that shows that he can sit in a with a good talent around him. He can make plays. That's granted. Yeah. But we all know that changes when you get to the NFL.
Quickly.
It's a different speed
on every
pressure. Yep. You're not going to get to sit in the pocket like you think you can in the NFL like you used to. You got 3 seconds. You better get rid of that rock or you got problems.
You stretch out like
the
Joe
reality
Burrow.
Is, yeah, man. Look at Joe Burrow, man. Torn ACL, no line. You know what I mean? He held the ball too long. He ate it. You know? Look what happened to our boy from Kansas City. He ran for his life. Good thing he had wheels on. He'd be hurt.
Hey, where's Eddie Ramirez? Eddie Ramirez gets mad every time we say something about that Super Bowl. Come on in, Eddie. Eddie Ramirez is like the worst fan in the world. The dude is a Ram/Chiefs fan. Those are the worst.
Oh, he's a pony hopper.
Yeah.
So this is crazy. I'm gonna give you a quick take on the thing with this controversy everybody's talking about with the Mac Jones and all this there. People pay attention. Fans listen to me, pay attention. The day after the 49ers watched Trey Lance, the pro day, the next day they went and drafted up to number 3. What does that tell you?
Uh-oh. See, I didn't put that together. Wait, is that how it happened? They saw Trey first and then did that?
Yeah, they saw Trey first. And then a couple days later, before they seen anybody else, I think within 48 hours, these dudes traded up. Wow.
There you go.
I mean, think about it. You think, come on, these are one quarterback? Come on, that doesn't make sense. You just watch one quarterback, next thing you know, you can go trade up and go to number 3 out of the blue. And nobody's seen that coming. They was already sitting at 12. So they going to see, they doing their due diligence. But when they see this kid, their eyes and their nose was got open and said, man, listen, if this kid is this good, then we got a shot to get him.
Let's
trade up.
And for the suckers that don't know, all this noise about 49ers thinking Mac Jones is the man, see, it could be.
I'm telling you, I guarantee you. And then I'm gonna teach this too. Now today they went back. Now before they sent up to Ohio State to watch. They sent somebody to go see Fields. Now all of a sudden they went up there themselves to go see him. So they sent somebody forward to go look at Fields. Now they went up there to see him again. What does that tell you? They know who they want to take. They seen Mac Jones for 2 days, but now it's when they reevaluating Justin Fields, and they've been seeing Trey Lance. So it's going to be between those 2 guys.
And Zach Wilson
the reality
supposedly is going to New York, but I wonder about that.
I'm a New York insider. I'm here in New York right now, and I'm going to tell you right now, dog, this is the thing. I'm your New York insider, brother, and I'm going to tell you this is what they're saying. They're going to take Zach Wilson.
They really are.
Destroy it. Yeah, they really are, because what they had at the beginning, the website had Sam Darnold on it and started 21 season. They had him on the website, the actual picture. Then they traded him, so now they're basically clean.
I hold that thought. I mean, we got to go now because we're out of time, and I'm going to have to leave here shortly. But see, this is the thing, Mac. I mean, when you look at Zach over Fields, that is strange to me. Well, okay, I've heard it, and it's hard not to believe it. I do think they're going to take Zach Wilson.
I'm telling you for a fact.
I believe you
everybody, it's all over the newspaper like 24/7. They're talking about it on the radio. Please, everybody, stop listening to Chris Sims. Chris Sims is just.
Nice.
Everybody, please, stop listening to Chris Sims.
Let me see you tomorrow, fam. All right, good stuff.
All right,
nice as usual.
You know it, man. You need your New York inside, man. Hit me in my Twitter box, dog.
Damn, I keep asking you too. As the news changes, let me know. All right, fam.
Yeah,
Talk to
man. If I hear anything new going on in New York, man, I will hit you on Twitter.
Looking forward. All right, fam. Talk to you
All right,
tomorrow.
later, brother. Have a good one.
Nice.
Later.
So that's just really. And area code is 775 in NV. Hello.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo? It's Casey.
Casey. Hey, Casey, come on in. Come
Yo,
on in, man.
what's up, man?
I mean, I'm like.
You got a new number?
I was watching the number 4. Yeah, I noticed that. That's Casey.
Yeah.
I'm like watching like the number 4 rated show. It's like Ice pointed out. Or was that Steven that pointed out? You look at Speak for Yourself after you watch all the other shows, and maybe you don't even watch Speak for Yourself, but I caught that one, and I laughed because it says, okay, Speak for Yourself finally went to a place where they got a lot of attention on this one, I'm pretty sure. Wiley came in and said to Kyle Shanahan holding Jimmy Garoppolo completely responsible for the failures that have taken place down the last few years. So, and for a revenge move, he's going to draft another quarterback, which absolutely makes no sense because we need another quarterback that can actually play, not somebody who might come in like CJ and Nick, and hopefully they can do something, but knowing they're not going to. So, but Casey, what do you think about that, man? Is that something that you might think maybe slightly possible, or has Wiley lost his mind trying to get clicks? Casey? Did we lose Casey? I guess we did. Hey, Tony, out in the Atlanta GA, Tony. Tone. All right, Tony. We'll be back, Tony. He's going to get a delay on this. And we go to that man with the shirt that everybody should own one. It is Storm and Norm with.
And you know what day it is. It's Niners all day. Yes. So what's going on today, Ronbo? What's going on today? What's going on with you, man?
I'm telling you, it's Saturday. I'm usually don't come in. Usually I don't do a show on Saturday because I'm so enjoying the cartoons that I got to sit back and laugh and joke and have fun and really appreciate the impact. But Norm, today, since I couldn't make it yesterday, I said I got to come here to talk about Wiley and get some opinions on Wiley.
I was just talking about this. So speaking of cartoons, what's up with Wiley Coyote, man?
I know.
What's going on with the guy, man?
Warner Brother cartoon. Best.
Who is this guy, man? I've never heard of this show until somebody posted it, right? I was scrolling on Facebook and I seen somebody make the post and I looked at the highlight. It was like the highlight caught my eye. I got caught in a genjutsu just based on what he was saying. First of all, the headline said getting quarterback to replace Garoppolo could be a mistake. I had to look at the date. I had to click on the video to see what date this video was posted because I remember the press conference where they said that they were going to get a quarterback and they were going to keep Jimmy. How is that a replacement?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are jumping the gun on that. I agree, Norm. People are way too far ahead.
Yeah, it's like a transitional thing. I heard somebody, it's like if the G got 2 years left on his contract, right? Then you want to get somebody behind him for a while so where, you know what I'm saying, he can get his game up. And yeah, you feel me? So, and the Niners got themselves set up where they're going to do things, right? Mm-hmm. So the quarterback is going to look good because, that's what everybody talk about. So when the his contract is up, teams everywhere are going to be like, let me get him. And they're going to have we might be able to get all our first round picks back that you feel me? And you feel me, to get this man. So that would be great. And then you got somebody behind you, and then you got the man that was there that we get this year, and he already got his game up by the time it's time for Jimmy to you feel me, to do whatever he got to do after his contract is over. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying? It's set up real nice, and I don't understand what this fool was talking about. when he was talking about it could be a mistake. What mistake are you seeing, sir? The mistake that you came on a show saying speak for yourself and didn't do the one thing that you were supposed to do is speak for yourself, man.
Oh, man.
I don't get it. And then I keep going.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Yeah, then I keep going. Then he went on about, because I mean he sounds like the textbook Garoppologist. Okay, now I know I believe in the guy, and I'm not one of the guys that want to say Jimmy G's gone, but this man is really a textbook Garoppologist, man. He's really got to the point where the only reason the Niners is doing bad is because Kyle Shanahan's fault, and he's using G as a scapegoat. I was like, sir, where are you getting this information?
I think
this is the ultimate genjitsu. This man is putting everybody in the same genjitsu that he is caught in, and that's I know NFL people was reading that like,
what?
Even Seahawks fans like, what? Is he losing it? Is he joining the circus or something? Is he at the end of his mileage? I don't know, bro. I don't get it.
Yeah,
it's weird.
You got to come up with things like the show's ranked behind everybody else's. They need to do more of that, actually. So.
Right. Oh, so you know what? Since everybody's on Justin Fields hype, I was just thinking about this, right? Because I was talking to the chat group and they brought some good names, right? Yeah. I was watching some highlights of their football games, right? And there was a guy that was protecting him that was pretty dope. Wyatt Davis. This man's pretty dope. He's a guard. I think the Niners need a guard. They need to look at that man, check out some of his highlights. And y'all got assistants over there, go scout his pro day out. Because he was looking dope out there on the field. And I would love for the Niners to do some type of majestic analytical move in the draft to get this guy. To where everybody's like, well, why did you guys get Wyatt Davis? Who is this? This is a name that the Niners ain't even talking about.
Norm, they gave Brunskill an extended contract with all kind of incentives. I wonder if have they made up their mind that Brunskill's going to be the starter already? Because if you give a guy an incentive contract, he needs to play in order to reach his incentives, right?
What about the other side? What about the other guard, though?
Thomason's probably going to stay where he is. They need
let's put some depth over there, though. We need depth on that.
Depth no matter what, though. So, yeah.
Need to have some depth. And speaking of depth, the cornerback position is another one that they might jump up on. We don't know what they're going to get. They're going to get a quarterback for surely. Do we know where? Yeah. This fan's going to be hot if they go and get one in the second round.
I would be shocked myself. Because at this point, you went through all that trouble. But
we got a quarterback, a lineman. Y'all jumped up to get. Y'all don't know what these Niners finna do.
We're getting Jamar Chase. But, hey, I'll tell you something, Norm. If they pick up Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts, and everybody said, man, that ain't happening, man. Pitts can't block, Ronbo. Stop it. So I said, you know what? If you get a premier #1 wide receiver, which Kyle's been trying to find for ever since he got there,
Yeah. They got to keep building the bricks. They got to keep setting the foundation for this franchise. And I think that's more important than looking at who's the biggest face right now. You feel me? You got to keep those bricks solid. You know what I'm talking about? Have players on there that's going to be dedicated to the program, no matter how they look on ESPN or Pro Day or whatever. When they come in there and they structure themselves to this Niner program, that's what they're looking for.
There you go. Storm and Norm. No, I'll be back tomorrow looking for you, too.
All right.
All right, man.
All right, have a good night. Shout out to all the fans, man. Y'all keep y'all faith up. Keep your head up, man. It's going to be a good year, man. Whoever they get, y'all, let's rep for them, yo, because they finna be out there getting it in for it, straight up.
That's right. Believe that.
And it's Niners all day.
Nice shirt, Norm. I love it.
Thank you.
Let's go check out Tony. Big Daz. If Jets take Wilson and Niners let Fields pass by for Macaroni, Jones, it will be a riot. I know. And he's not talking about a laughing riot. That would be, the media would be all over. Shanahan and Lynch would be like meat. So that's why another reason why I don't think they subject themselves to that. But then again, he is Kyle Shanahan, and he does believe whatever he thinks. He doesn't give a damn. We'll see. I don't think Macaroni was that Macaroni. I don't think Mac was the guy anyway, though. I don't. Maybe they got everybody confused. Tony out in Atlanta. Tony.
Mr. Ronbo, how are you today?
Tony, fantastic. It's Saturday, and
what did Marcellus Wiley say?
Marcellus stepped up and said, first of all, he asked the question, Kyle Shanahan, who were you before Jimmy G came riding in from Foxborough and all of a sudden gave you a name? And now you looked last season, you had a sorry 6 and whatever record, and now you go blame Jimmy? You using him for a scapegoat? So Marcellus is going through this. I'm looking at him like, and I'm a hardcore Jimmy supporter, right? I'm Marcellus. You need to stop, man, because you know what? If anything, Kyle's been very, very patient and made sure to stick with Jimmy this whole time. Even when everybody else thought that Kyle hated Jimmy, Kyle tries his best to work with him and build him into something. These accidents, they keep happening. Kyle does not anticipate those, and he's not holding anybody responsible. We got a whole roster full of those guys. George Kittle can't stay on the field. Mostert can't stay on the field. We can't keep a center anymore. We got the guy over on the right side rushing the ball, D Ford. These guys are all still with the team, and they could have got exited a long time ago. So don't tell me that Kyle's using Jimmy for no scapegoat. It's not happening. So, but anyway, that's
true. Y'all had a lot of injuries last year. Everybody knows that.
Oh, we just don't stop with the injuries. Koklowski,
it sounds like he's trying to get clicks, Ronbo.
That's what?
Sounds like he's trying to get clicks, trying to get some more views or something.
He did. It worked on me. It worked on a lot of people. There's laughing. What is he? Marcellus, man. But then, somebody pointed out Marcellus is behind Stephen A. and Speak for Yourself has got to be about the fourth show you're going to watch if you got enough time to watch it, right? So anybody.
Because I hated that show when Jason Whitlock was on it.
Oh,
people watched it,
I forgot about him. Everybody did.
Yep, I hated that show then.
Oh, Whitlock used to be
always. And Jason Whitlock always, and I don't like to go racial, but he always downgraded African American athletes, upgraded white athletes. And he hated LeBron James, man. He always was on LeBron James.
I don't understand. And he'd always have that voice, that nonchalant way to piss people off. So I said, Jason, man, you with your big water head, man, what are you talking about? That ain't accurate. And he casually disagree with people. Go ahead.
All the time. I wanted to tell you from the last time I talked to you, the reason why Falcons fans are pissed off at Kyle Shanahan now, like there was in Super Bowl 51, is because y'all traded up to the third spot. But I told them on the blogs, I'm like, this had nothing to do with the Falcons. The 49ers trying to get their players.
Yeah.
Y'all traded up above us to get Kyle Pitts. Well, we're not getting Kyle. I keep telling them we're not getting Kyle Pitts. Y'all can stop it.
Nobody going to trade a 3 to get Kyle Pitts and give away all them first-round picks anyway. Maybe you might give up 1 first-round pick and move up to number 5 or 6 or something. But anybody going up that? Are you kidding me? Oh, that's
some Falcons fans are idiots.
Well, that's.
There's so many good free agents. I know they're going to wait till after the draft. Everybody draft their players. There's so many good free agents that aren't going to get the money that they want. Like I was telling you before, Richard Sherman's one of them. But, oh, man, I would love to have Jarrell Casey on the Falcons. Oh, my God. Yeah, defensive tackle.
Yeah.
I would love to have him next to Grady Jarrett.
Yeah, I know. You guys, there's no reason. Well, you got to create pressure up front. And then your secondary, they don't have to be locked down good, but they just need to be good. And that's pretty much what we had in 2019. So, yeah.
And then I heard a rumor today on this one blog about Vic Beasley coming back to the Falcons. I guess he's not with the Las Vegas Raiders anymore. I would love that. I'm going to tell you, Ronbo, they did Vic Beasley wrong in Atlanta. The fans, and all that. He had that 15 and a half sacks the year we went to the Super Bowl, and he didn't re-achieve that. But in 2019, his last year with us, he led our team in sacks with 8. Nobody else had 8, and they dogged him in.
Nobody said
Vic
anything.
Beasley's a beast.
Yeah,
the problem with Vic Beasley is it was coaching, and that's why I want him back.
You got a better coach now? A defensive coach?
Oh, Dean Peets. Dean, who's defensive coordinator on Baltimore's Super Bowl in 2012.
Right.
And he was New England's defensive coordinator when they shut out the Rams, held them to 3 points in the Super Bowl.
So he's the right guy. So, but I'm looking at Sarkisian over in Bama. Why did Sarkisian lose his spot? Well, I guess there's other problems going on with the Falcons that year.
Oh, he's got the head coaching job at the University of Texas. That ain't gonna work.
Sarkisian? Yeah, did he leave Bama?
Yep.
He's in Texas running things? Sarkisian.
He's the head coach at Texas.
Yeah, he does this. He looks good someplace and somebody says, bring him over here. And then he goes over there and messes up. Yep. He'll be back. So,
As a coordinator, he does good, but as a head coach, not gonna work.
We're gonna see. You know what? It's going to be an interesting draft night anyway. Tony, man, what kind of oh no, they didn't moments are you expecting on draft night?
Let's see. That's a good question, Ronbo. No. I'm looking for somebody to try to trade up from a low, like in the 20s.
Ah, yes.
Maybe not as high as in the top 10, but say from 27 up to 12 or 13. Well, not you guys were old spot, 12 or 13.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know. Or somebody's going to draft somebody that's totally off the radar, and we don't know who that is.
It's going to be Belichick. You know what? And get ready for that phone call in Atlanta. Here's what's going to if the 49ers take, other than Mac Jones, if the 49ers go ahead and take Fields at number 3, look for Belichick to be bringing that phone off the hook in Atlanta because he's going to want Mac Jones.
And he's got the picks to do it, too. And I'm waiting. Look at my trumps. As long as we get a first-round pick for next year, we can swap this year's first-rounders, give us a second and a third this year.
There you go.
That gives us a first rounder, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and we got our 4th. That's 6 top picks because our 4th round is 108. 6 picks out of the top 108.
You already got the whole scenario worked out. I love it. Tony, we're gonna go. Let me see you tomorrow. I'll be back.
I'll be there, man. You have a good one.
You too. Night, Tony. And here's another Casey.
Yeah, what's up, Ronbo? That was kind of weird, man. It just said goodbye and then hung up on me.
You know the system is crazy.
I've never heard that before.
It's a robot, right? Says how funny. I don't know. Sometimes, and we pay the bill. I don't know what's going on with that. They can get a little strange. Sorry about that, Casey. Do you remember where you left off?
It's been a while since I've called it. No, you were asking me about
Wiley.
the report about Kyle.
Yeah.
I think because I saw the headline on your video tonight that said
right.
Marcellus Wiley as a scapegoat.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting, but I think they've done literally everything they can to not treat Jimmy as a scapegoat. I mean, and I think they have a good relationship behind the curtains. So.
And Marcellus got vicious about it.
People got to keep their jobs, man.
Yeah,
people got to keep their jobs on.
Yeah, you just say anything, because in the first place, if anything, Kyle's been very patient about this whole situation. And he tried to give CJ and Nick a chance to shine, and they didn't. Because that's the thing.
They could have tried to trade Jimmy in the offseason.
Yeah. But instead, they hung a carrot up there where nobody's going to grab. Okay, well, let's do a first-round pick. And nobody's going to get first.
They could have said a lot more stuff along the way, So I think that's really inaccurate. And it's it probably makes Kyle really upset to hear that because I'm sure Kyle's tried to do everything he can.
He's used to it, Kyle.
But,
because
Kyle was golfing with, what's his name, Trent Taylor, and I forget who else. Right after the Super Bowl, they went to Mexico. So Kyle was really close with the team.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant recently because Trent Taylor. I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah, after the Super Bowl, my bad. My bad. After the Super Bowl, we were golfing in Mexico. But yeah, it's been a while since I called in. I'd like to say, way to go, Juice! Congratulations.
Yeah. Oh, you mean all our guys getting signed? See, Case, that's the funny thing about it. Everybody was like, the first thing people want to do is get rid of Jimmy's salary so we can sign some players. And so, the 49ers
they're making it work somehow, man.
They probably know what they're doing here, and they did. Everybody got signed. Every last guy they wanted got signed.
Well,
they already knew.
They got rid of KB, and I think that's kind of a good thing. And I think he finessed the Patriots a little bit. He got a lot of money.
That's a nice payday, right?
Yeah. You know what I mean? That kind of brings me to my next point, is like throwing Jimmy under the bus, man. Like, I'd throw Kendrick and maybe Kittle under the bus for the Super Bowl loss before Jimmy. I mean, they didn't show up in the second half, and but I mean, that's a whole nother angle. So but,
a lot of people that held Jimmy fully responsible for that didn't like him in the first place, and it kind of shows. They've never seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, to blame him for the entire loss, that's a bit much. The game wasn't lost on that one play, and
it really wasn't.
Yeah, if
it just started to go downhill right with that Kittle catch right before the half. That just threw everything off, man.
Yeah. And even we were still ahead.
But that's neither here nor
quarter.
there, Ronbo. So.
Yeah, and it just started to crumble slowly. So they learned. They were a young team, Casey. That's why I said that year. I didn't even think they were supposed to be in the Super Bowl. I didn't think they'd make it.
Like that's what you had me as the first caller right after the Super Bowl, and that's what I said. Ronbo, was they looked young in that loss.
Doofus mistakes,
especially in the end of the game. They looked really young, which is okay because Kyle's a young coach, and I think Kyle will eventually win a Super Bowl. I think he wants it bad enough. But what do you think about that contract for Juice? I think that's really good news for like Jeff Wilson, and I think it was good for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, Juice is so instrumental in what they do with that run game. You have to have Juice, and also McDaniel being the OC now. And Juice is already getting excited about that because him and McDaniel got a thing going on. So, Juice is going to probably be incorporated in more plays this year than ever before. Can you imagine McDaniel and Juice out there getting together and Kyle looks up? Can I talk to you for a minute? What's up? Juice is being played in about 40% of the plays tonight. What is this? Oh, I mean, we didn't talk about that. I'd love to see that happen.
Well, Ronbo, I don't know too much about Mike McDaniel, but I just Googled him, and it says he's been with the Niners for quite some time. And that really makes me interested in D'Amico Ryans because, he's been with the Niners for a long time, and he's a pretty good player. So
yeah. Mike's been with Kyle even before he came to San Francisco. They know each other really well. That's why Kyle
Oh, really? Him. Okay.
Yeah.
Where was he with Kyle?
I think that I'm not sure about Atlanta. He may have been with him in Atlanta. I think
Washington.
I think he's been with him the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been either together on a roster, or on a team, or like now. Yeah, they've been together, just like McVay and Kyle and everybody else. He's been with some of these guys that he knows well, he trusts. He'll put them in positions to help him out. McDaniel's good too. That run game is slick.
Yeah.
So,
do you think Justin Fields is the clear favorite at number 3?
I just can't imagine if New York's going to take. Yeah, I can't. If New York's going to take Wilson, and I don't know if the 49ers ever were in love with Wilson or not, but if they're going to take Wilson, it would seem obvious to take Fields, who's better than Wilson.
Yeah.
So,
I think so too. I think he has a higher ceiling.
Yeah. So we'll see. Casey, man, we're gonna go. Can we see you tomorrow?
Yeah, sounds good, Ronbo. Fun stuff, man. Have a good night.
Hey, you too. And hey, Bethel.
Hey, Ronbo.
Bethel, how you doing today?
I'm good. Just hearing everything.
Well, you haven't heard anything until you heard Marcellus Wiley of Speak for Yourself saying things like, Shanahan is using Jimmy G as a scapegoat. That's why he's going after a quarterback to replace him. See, that's how you get people's attention. And first thing I said is, Marcellus, what are you talking about? And then he went off and just sort of disgraced and insulted Kyle Shanahan about saying he wasn't nobody until Jimmy G came along, and now you want to kick him to the curb? Yeah. So.
No, Kyle hasn't done anything like that, and not even Jimmy. Because if you see what's going on with the Texans, look at they're not communicating with their quarterback, and look at all the issues they're having. And one thing I want to say first is happy birthday to our mascot. His birthday today.
Oh yeah, hey, Sourdough Sam, that's right. Oh,
yeah.
Hey, him and Raheem Mostert have the same birthday, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to him and Sourdough. That's right. Thanks for reminding me.
Yes. So it's their birthday today, and one thing that people should realize is that look at we didn't give up any draft capital for this draft. And if you see a lot of people that, went up, to try to get one of these quarterbacks, they gave up a lot of picks, even players, to move up to, to where we're at right now. And and we didn't give up that much. We gave up enough points, but we didn't give up, something where you say, oh, damn, they gave up the house or something. No, they didn't. They gave up enough points to go up, and that's a big leap that we're doing from a lot of teams. So, but
they gave up 20 next year and the year after the first round pick.
Yeah,
that's a little steep. The third round pick, maybe not a big deal, but as
long
long as it didn't
we got it from Salah. So.
Yeah, as long as it'll go more than 2 years, that's when you get Rams and people like that. So.
Yeah. So, it depends on, Kyle, what he's going to pick up. But, I think, what, Richard Sherman said, it was kind of, dead on, that, he is, I heard, he's a smart player and, he does smart stuff. And one thing that I actually like that he does is that pump fake, because, that's something that, Jimmy doesn't do, but, this rookie does. And because he acts like if he's going to run and he fakes like he's going to throw it, and then he does run. So, that's what, makes the defense think on their heels, like, oh, is this guy going to run or not?
Yeah.
Wilson,
Russie Wilson, when Russie's cooking move. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so... you never know, if we pick up this guy, he might be like a Russell Wilson, and, and then if he learns, behind Jimmy, he's going to do some great things, because like everybody says, whoever we pick up in this draft is going to be a star just because of, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Because of how he schemes up everything. And then plus another thing that people should realize is that, look at the Ravens. They're a run offense. And not even their quarterback threw as much as Jimmy did.
Oh, Lamar Jackson? Yeah.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson didn't throw as much as we did. And we were the best on the running, and we're best on the throwing, and not a lot of teams could say that, because not a lot of teams did that. But we did. We had 3 running backs that had over 500 yards, and we had Jimmy, our quarterback, almost 4,000 yards. If they would probably had a little bit more if our,
drops.
Right receivers would have caught the ball. They would not drop them. So, people have to think about that too. That now that they're not rookies anymore, they're going to be a better player for this year, coming.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to make us a better team.
Yep. And Beth, don't forget, They know that they should have done better last year. I look for the 49ers to come out raging. The only thing we got to worry about is they don't rage themselves into injuries. But Bethel, see, you can't play football carefully. This is why when people always talk about, he gets hurt all the time. Listen, man, there's no way to play football carefully.
No.
You play it all out, then you do end up getting hurt sometimes. It's just the way it is. You don't need to get mad at the player. You know, so that really bugs me.
I go, and then plus, you could get hurt by, you could get hurt just by waking up.
Throw back out. Yeah, shut up.
It's because I know because I'm because of my age and everything. If I stretch out when I wake up, I get a big old cramp. So so I don't do that. You learn from it. So
hey, good point. So Jimmy's got to learn how he got hurt. Remember what happened, and don't do that.
Yeah.
By the way, we're out of time. Yeah. I got to get out of here just shortly here, but listen, let's see tomorrow.
All right, no problem, Ronbo.
Right.
Good show like always, and hit the like for Ronbo Sports.
Thanks, man.
Let's go Niners.
Thanks, Bethel.
All right.
See you tomorrow. Have a great weekend.
Yeah. Good night. You too.
Thanks. Hey, John.
Ronbo.
John. Come on in, John. I'd love to get your perspective on what Marcellus decided to suddenly come up with just to be different. Everybody else is saying, well, one thing I know for sure, if Garoppolo is foolish enough to draft Mac Jones for that number 3 pick, then maybe he should start thinking about what he's going to be doing in 2022 right along with Jimmy G. If I'm going to come up with something like that, Marcellus says, no! Kyle Shanahan is using Jimmy for a scapegoat. Behind that last miserable 2020 season, he's blaming Jimmy, so to deflect attention, he's going to draft a quarterback. So everybody looks like he's mad, and now that's what he's doing. And, I said, Marcellus, man, you're so far out of line right now. It's unbelievable. John, am I on point with this, or did Marcellus make some points that you appreciated?
Since the 49ers finished the season and they went 6-10, everyone has had their opinions, not just fans, but, this guy, Stephen A., Max Kellerman, Colin Cowherd, all these people, they want to say whatever they want to say. It is what it is, and I can care less about this stuff because it's the same thing. Like, I wake up in the morning, I look at news topics, and it's like Mac Jones is going to be the quarterback. No, Mac Jones is not going to be the quarterback. 10 reasons why. Justin Fields is going to be the quarterback. No, Justin Fields is not going to be the quarterback. Here's 10 reasons why. Trey Lance is not going to be.
Everybody's got many reasons.
Anyway.
It's every year, John. Every year we go through the same thing. It's never going to stop. John, here's another thing. Why are there games being played when you're at the top of the draft? I don't need it. Why am I wasting energy lying? This is what I never understand. I've never understood that, and I still don't.
So this idea that Kyle Shanahan is going to use Jimmy Garoppolo as the scapegoat, there's a bit of merit to it, and there's also a bit of nonsense to it. Let me explain the merit. I have not seen an NFL quarterback since I can remember, probably since the 90s, that has, in a 3-year stretch, 3 years, the quarterback has missed 23 games and had a successful career 5 years later. But at the same time, Jimmy Garoppolo, as I will always say, is a double-edged sword. However you're going to hold it, you're going to get cut because he does win, but he gets hurt, and that's what we, the fans, are tired of seeing. I don't think the people who don't like Jimmy Garoppolo are like, he's garbage. Is that people like me are like, all right, when he's playing, we see the production, how that offense goes. And even before he had Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel and, good receivers, he was able to run around in the pocket. I was watching a lot of tape of him since 2017 till he wore a uniform. And I saw something that a lot of people are going to start trashing me at this moment. And Ronbo, maybe you know something that I don't know, but Mac Jones and Jimmy Garoppolo has the better footwork. And that's hard for me to say that. And I was watching it to see something. And then I also saw something else. I saw Jay Cutler, Andy Dalton, Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco, and Sam Darnold. These guys have something that Mac Jones has not shown us on his tape and his highlights. They're able to run around the pocket, and they're able to run. And one thing about if Mac Jones, who was only doing that in college, and if he's going to be coming to the NFL with any team, every NFL quarterback since the last 25 years, even the ones who are trash, and even Garoppolo, they can move out of the pocket. I've seen Garoppolo in 2019 had some big runs. Yes, his biggest one was a 10-yard first down. But for many people who say he's a statue, that's BS. Yeah. And you have to watch the tape. So for me, if I had to choose a quarterback, I'd choose Justin Fields because he's accurate, he has a good arm, he can be mobile, and that's what Kyle wants. And then at the same time, someone told me that Justin Fields is on the website with, Kyle Shanahan, and one thing Kyle Shanahan loves, familiarity. He loves the people, even if he met you one time. A caller or you mentioned Mike McDaniels. Since the age of 22, he's been friends with the Kyle Shanahan family. They let the LaFleurs go, but they've always kept them there, which is so interesting. But I don't know if these people on ESPN and Fox Sports 1 and all those sports channels, Kyle Shanahan loves familiarity, and that's the reason why I think he's keeping Garoppolo, because at least he knows how to operate that offense.
And that's so huge. That's why I keep laughing when people think, "Yep, we're going to bring a rookie in from the draft and get him started, and get him warmed up, ready to go." They're not even going to have a virtual offseason. We're going to bring a rookie in, no experience in Kyle Shanahan's offense. By the way, people think it's so easy to learn, and just get going with a Super Bowl ready team. Don't think so.
Yeah, and all the players like this past week, now you had Raheem Mostert, now you had Drake Greenlaw, now you had Richard Sherman, who says, so it really shows you that, why would these players, is Jimmy Garoppolo paying them so they can say nice things about him?
He gave him a pair of shoes last year. Or was that Nick? Yeah. So, it's all foolishness. It's never going to stop until the season gets started. John, we're going to go, and I'm going to see you tomorrow, okay?
All right, Ronbo, I'll see you tomorrow. And just like your boy Niners all day.
Night, John. Man, make sure you click up on John, too. Especially people in there saying, John goes to, I love the way John goes back and forth with people. Click up John. He's running content, and you can really get at him then, too. So John loves it. Renzo!
Greetings from North Florida.
Renzo, it's quiet, man. You got a day off or what?
Ronbo, you already know your boy is off work.
Awesome. Well, Renzo, you'll be delighted to know there's something fresh and unusual and strange out there amongst the writers in the last 24 hours. In fact, it's so out there that I had to bring it to the table tonight. I was laughing because, we're used to seeing Mac Jones. But all of a sudden, there's Marcellus Wiley on Speak for Yourself talking about, yes, Kyle Shanahan is using Jimmy G as a scapegoat. That's why they traded up to that number 3 position, because Kyle is holding Jimmy responsible for last year's misery. So there you go. And Marcellus, what are you talking about? So I said, you got to ask people about this one. He's going to get his revenge on Jimmy because it's like Jimmy's making him look bad. Jimmy's went down 2 of, how many, 4 years, 5 years? Well, now it's 5. 2 of 5 years, Jimmy's only played, 1 full year, right? So now it's like Kyle's pissed off. When really, if anything, a lot of teams might have got rid of Jimmy last year. Well, no, he won the Super Bowl. Well, well, it's kind of hard. Jimmy got hurt perfectly. You come in, show everybody you got good stuff, and then the next year you in Kansas City, you come up with the ACL. The next year you come back and you win the Super Bowl. And then the next year you come back, somebody jammed your ankle up, now you can't play. But Renzo, you know what that means, don't you? Look out, this is Super Bowl. We're going to get that 6 now. But Renzo, about Marcellus.
So.
No, Jimmy plays every other year. But Marcellus, is Marcellus on to something? Did Kyle Shanahan do that? Is there any merit to what he said? Do you think Kyle, in his wildest imagination, thought about that? Or did Kyle just go get him a quarterback because we don't have one and Jimmy's contract is expiring in a couple of years?
I think that's what it is. He's just covering his own tail right now. Yeah. You know, even though Jimmy's probably going to be gone in 2 years, but you got to get a quarterback who you feel comfortable with. You can groom, and two, Jimmy gets hurt, so you sitting on pins and needles like, okay, when is the tire going flat? So we just trying to make things work right now, and these writers, they causing chaos right now. All the things they putting out, I'm like, man, y'all trying to make me lose the little hair I got up here on my head. They need to stop.
Right. Jimmy Bull, I said went. Understand? In W-E-N-T versus W-I-N. Don't start stupid things. God, I'm tired of him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Even if we do draft a quarterback, I would love. I'm you know me. I always used to talk trash about Jimmy. I ain't gonna lie, but I would love to keep Jimmy to groom this guy. Like grooming.
Because he needs to learn how to be a professional. Yeah, come in and the NFL is a scary thing. The speed is way faster. There's a lot of things you got to adjust to. So putting a rookie out there to start, like some of these teams that are suffering, and they have to start that guy, that's really scary.
Right. And we don't want to damage it. Especially we know we got a good one that Shanahan want to groom, because this draft quarterback is going to be Shanahan's project. He's going to be able to say, this is all mine. If it works, I did this. Mm-hmm. You know, when we give Shanahan this credit, like, yep, you finally did it. You got your quarterback, you did it.
It's a good move, too, because you're not under stress or pressure to throw him into that fire right off the top. So it's a great move. Nope. They got 2 first-round picks. And 3. Some people count this year's pick. 3 first-round picks and a third. He starts. You guys, he starts. Why? Because you got mad? No, nobody cares about you getting mad. They're gonna do things that make sense. So yeah.
Right. Even if I'll be honest, man, and as I sit back and look at it, even if Jimmy have a bad year, let that quarterback sit through the whole process. You know, let him sit through the process and make sure, hey, the reins is yours if we ain't bringing Jimmy back.
It depends on how quick he catches on, because I think they're going to have a third quarterback, maybe. It's going to be either Sudfeld. Renzo, they paid Sudfeld nearly $1 million contract. That's not what you normally give a backup quarterback. And he's got to beat out Josh Rosen, which we already have. Johnson's probably gone. So now you got 5 quarterbacks. You're down to 3. So it's either going to be Sudfeld and Rosen, and then, of course, the newbie and Jimmy, right? It's going to be interesting to see how that works out.
I wonder why we keep bringing players that we know we're not going to keep.
Right.
Josh Johnson and what's the other guy we keep bringing back? Jordan Matthew. I'm like, yo,
wait,
guys must be cool with Jerry York or something.
Dante Johnson. Renzo, here's the thing. You look at the quarterback situation now. You got to bring. So what was I going with that? It's a matter of looking forward to the future. What you're going to do. This is why Johnson was like a guy that they actually abused. They brought him in to train our defense, which it worked actually. He trained our defense to be better against mobile quarterbacks. I mean, they stopped Kyler Murray. I was just, okay.
Yeah.
The Josh Johnson's experiment worked. Anyway.
Hey, Ronbo, are you gonna be on for the draft?
Oh, absolutely. I gotta be in there crying and screaming.
Oh yeah, could because, man, you be having me rolling when we pick.
My emotions, I can't control them. John, hey, fam, we got to go. Renzo, hey, you get a chance, get in here tomorrow. I'll be looking for you.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be kind of hard because we done moved to a new building. I get bad reception, man. My reception
okay.
I have to go outside, like, literally. Like,
Well, if you do,
I'll try.
Because you're in Florida, the weather's warm. You'll be all right. Come on, go outside.
Okay, man.
All right,
And
fam.
while you at it, man, you'll say a special prayer for my wife. I'm trying to get her to be a 49er fan. Convert from the Cowboys.
Oh, she needs everybody. Please pray for Renzo's wife. My goodness. Oh,
yeah.
You shout out to her. All right, fam. See you tomorrow.
All right, man. Be safe, bro. Yes,
You
sir.
too. Night. Can you imagine being at home with your wife, running around and talking about Cowboys? What? Hey, Coach. I love that. Hey, look at Coach. Look at that setup. That doesn't get any more pro than that. Coach, come on in.
How you doing?
Awesome. I saw you just checked in a few minutes ago, and I was amused. I don't know if you saw Marcellus Wiley or not, but I was amused by Marcellus's theory as to why we're picking up a quarterback in the first round, as Marcellus thinks that it's to get back at Jimmy. And he's using Jimmy as a scapegoat for making him look bad for the last 3 out of 5 seasons. Jimmy he came in 2017, came in shining. 18, he went down. 19, we go to the Super Bowl. And then 20, of course, you know what happened in 20. It was one of the worst things that could have happened to any team. We had everybody hurt. But, Coach, is Marcellus Wiley do you for a minute entertain the thought that Marcellus Wiley could be onto something, or should Marcellus Wiley please stop talking?
Basically, like every other talking head in the sports media that doesn't know anything about our team or our personnel or our coaching staff or what the rumors are, because the rumors are started by them all.
Yes.
I think it's completely useless information, and Wiley's trying to get clickbait for his Twitter feed or something. And it's completely ridiculous. Kyle loves Jimmy G, maybe not as much as people, would think, but he's a functional quarterback that can run his system. He's got good footwork. He's got a good arm. He's intelligent, and he'll do just fine, even though we're going to pick a young quarterback in this draft for the future of the team. Jimmy is not, he's a placeholder is what he is, but he's a good one. He can take you to a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl if the defense and your offensive line can play up to the task. That's where he's at. And so we got as good a chance of winning with him. Certainly better than a rookie. Okay, I'm telling you, a rookie comes in. Even the great Patrick Mahomes didn't start his first year. And Reed tailored the offense to him so that he could play the second year. Ask him about it. He's done interviews on it. So Mahomes is still learning the offense as he goes through this. And that's why you're going to see him fail sometimes in big games. That Super Bowl was no fluke. I mean, Tampa Bay, and we know Tampa Bay because they had basically had the same defense that we faced in 2019, and we tore them apart. So it wasn't anything spectacular about their defense. They had a good scheme going in, a good plan, and Mahomes was rattled. His offensive line didn't hold up, and his defense didn't hold up. And those are the two factors that determine who's going to win the game. So, our problem is we got an offensive line that's ailing, and we've got 2/5 of it taken care of, or 3/5 of it taken care of now. And we got one more guy at least to get in the draft, and one guy for the center after Mac retires. And we're set for the next 5 years if we get those guys. So Jimmy's going to play probably 2 to 3 of those years if he doesn't get an offer to trade him or something. So, and whoever we pick up in the draft, whether it's Wilson falling to us, which I doubt, but it could happen. The Jets have done crazy things before. or it's Fields or Lance. Whoever we get, we're going to get a good quarterback with plenty of room to grow. Kyle's the perfect teacher. So I have all the confidence in the world in them, and all the confidence in Jimmy right now, holding down the fort until those guys are ready, until that guy's ready.
So, Coach, you don't think for 1 minute that the Mac Jones hype is anything more than science fiction, right?
No, it's all completely fabricated. Now, even PFF's coming around saying that. They're saying they believe it's all smokescreen. And they acknowledge the fact that nobody gets information out of the 49ers organization anymore. They just don't. So they're wrong about everything. I mean, the only obvious two things they were right about was Bosa, because it was a sure thing. Everybody was right about that.
That was easy. No, not everybody, though, Coach. Remember the arguments we were having about that? People wanted Quinnen Williams. Others wanted Josh Allen. It was
I never did. I was all for Bosa. But, I mean, most of the guys were in the NFL front office as well, so, or the media as well. So, I mean, you know, this draft is kind of iffy. I mean, there's a lot of a lot of unknowns because we didn't have a combine. Guys can look good in their pro days because it's called rehearsing for it. Okay, so they're going to look at this usually.
Like your favorite receiver out there. It's hard.
Yeah,
Although Mac Jones did mess up, but normally you rarely see a bad pro day.
Yeah. And I mean, guys are going to make a few, throws here or there that are not perfect or whatever. And I mean, I had a quarterback when I was in the adult league, and he was a veteran. He had college experience. He could have played pro ball if he'd had his head straight. And he went out, and his cousin set the NCAA Division II record for passing yards in a game until what was his name? Klinghauser or the guy from Houston?
Klinghauser.
This way back.
I've heard of that. Yeah, I've heard that name.
Yeah, Klingon or whatever his name was. He broke his record, but his cousin had the record, and he was my height, and he weighed about maybe 200 pounds. He was not a prototypical quarterback, and my guy was. He was 6'2", 215, very good shape guy, strong arm. I mean, I'd be in center field sometimes because I was watching the offensive line and everybody. He'd be throwing bullets past my head.
That's a natural thing. They can't even train for that. Coach, we're going to run out of time, though. Let's you got to come back tomorrow, Coach, if for no other reason but that background. I love it.
Yeah, I just got that. I finally got it. I ordered it like 2 weeks ago.
All right. Looks great.
I got to iron it, though. It looks like it's still got the fold.
It looks more authentic like that.
Yeah. Got my certificate up there. So.
All right. And I noticed that, too. All right, Coach.
Yeah. Well, don't worry about it. Forget about these jokesters. They don't know what they're talking about.
It's just comedy.
Especially Wiley. Wiley, is that his name?
That's him.
Marcellus Wiley. Anyway, he's not an expert at all. So
that's why his channel ranks about 5th. All right, Coach. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, guys. You have a good night, huh?
You too.
You too, Ronbo. Take care.
Night.
All
You
right.
too.
Okay, bye.
And I see 49ers Ultimate Report. He says, thanks for the channel. Shout out John J. Thanks, John, for that contribution. And there he is. Without any further ado, it looks like it's Niner Mike.
Forget about it, Ronbo. What's going on over here?
Niner Mike, you're the guy that should answer this question because the fact is Marcellus Wiley has come in and accused Kyle Shanahan.
Oh.
You heard about that, right? Is that hilarious or what?
I did.
I couldn't wait to bring that.
I heard about it, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable.
The links that these people will go through just to get somebody to say, look at me. You can't lie like that. And the thing, it was such a huge story. I had to laugh. I listened to the whole thing. He's serious.
Well, at least he's on the right show, Ronbo. Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
You know what I mean? Freaking degenerate. Oh, forget about it, Ronbo. Look, you know, I gotta tell you, I'm really starting to get excited. I'm getting excited for one of two reasons. All right. April 29th is either going to be a really great day, Ronbo, or it's going to be one of the most horrible, just decade-defining moments where everyone just goes like, what the hell were you thinking, you know? That's what it's going to be, Ronbo. Look, that's what it's going to be.
One or
That's
the other.
Point blank, period.
Yeah.
That's
true.
I think it's getting to the point where, you know, I think reality's starting to settle in. I've seen more and more people start backpedaling, you know, over the last few days, Ronbo.
On Mac Jones?
You know, on Mac Jones, exactly. You know, starting to talk more about Justin Fields. Listen, I like Justin Fields. And when people were saying about, oh, well, you know, now the 49ers don't need to put a smoke screen up. Bullshit. Until the Jets take Zach Wilson off the board, Ronbo,
Mm-hmm.
I think if they really feel like Justin Fields has the higher upside, then I feel like that's where they were going to be going all along. Because you know, there's a couple of things that I just happen to agree with, you know. And that is, I really, looking back at all the drafts that I've been around, Ronbo, all right, and you know, I'm not super old, but you know, I've seen my fair share, all right, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and for me, it's almost like I've never seen a team trade up for somebody that they didn't know that they wanted. You know what I mean, Ronbo? I just don't buy that.
No, otherwise, you don't do it otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't see it. You only see teams trade up when they got a specific
Target.
player in mind. And for me, I just feel like you can't ignore that. The other thing is, like I said, and I think I touched on this the last time we talked, Ronbo. You're not going to tell me that they were all in on Deshaun Watson, and then also the report was, and even Steve Young said, oh, well, they would really prefer Zach Wilson. They really want a quarterback like that. And you can see that. Zach Wilson fits that same, you know, Deshaun Watson mold. You know what I mean? Obviously not the same player, but bringing the same kind of qualities, you know, to the table.
Wait,
and so you're
Mike,
not going to tell me that
Mike, question. Zach Wilson, he reminds you more of Deshaun than maybe Justin Fields?
No. What I'm saying is they're both quarterbacks. I consider Zach Wilson, Deshaun Watson, and Justin Fields
pretty much same style.
that could run.
And
you see what I'm saying, Ronbo? They're all passers first. They all try to pass and make plays with their arms first, but they could run if they have to. I consider that. So the point is that you're not going to tell me that we've been in and we're looking at these quarterbacks and then just go, oh, no, you know, we're going to go with Mac Jones. I just don't. I don't see that.
That is strange.
You know what I mean, Ronbo? It is because the whole talk and everything about it and who we've been into and we're ready to do this and do that to get a mobile quarterback. And here's what I think is the biggest issue with Mac Jones. I mean, you want to talk about a friggin' pro day, all right? Every time I turn on Mac Jones film, it's like watching a friggin' pro day. All right, he just drops back easy. It doesn't matter. 3-step, 4-step, 5-step drop. It doesn't matter. He just drops back, steps up nice into a beautiful, clean pocket, and just, you know, lost a nice ball for one of the two top receivers in the college football to go catch the ball wide open, running down the field. Like, every day's a friggin' pro day for Mac Jones. and when you watch him under pressure, Ronbo, if you see a few of those clips, I gotta tell you, hey, listen, you can't tell me that Shanny looked at those clips and went, oh yeah, that's my guy, because Shanny knows this is the NFL, all right? They're creating freaking defensive ends that run 4.4s and 4.5s like it's nobody's business. I mean, these guys, you know, Ronbo, it's a whole new athlete out there. And if you ain't got a quarterback that can make something out of nothing, you need that a couple of times a game in the NFL. You just do. You need it to win. You need those defining moments. And I think that at the end of the day, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, and Zach Wilson were the top 3 quarterbacks in this draft, and those are the 3 guys I think that Shanahan was comfortable getting.
That makes
exactly.
Sense. Yeah.
You know, and that's just it. And I gotta say this before you go, Rob. I know.
Oh,
I know
okay,
we're gonna be done here on time.
Let's get ready to say
look,
we gotta go.
Look, listen, freaking. Let's get this straight about Jimmy G when it comes to this freaking Super Bowl. All right.
Real quick.
Everyone likes
really
to talk
quick.
Our defense collapsed. The defense didn't collapse.
Okay.
We gave them two turnovers, 2 chances to put the game away, and he couldn't freaking do it. End of the discussion and forget about it. All right, Ronbo? I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. And if anyone got something to bring to that, you can bring it tomorrow. We'll talk about it, all right?
Okay, you got it, Mike. I'll be waiting for
all
you.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good night. All right, Ronbo.
You
all
too. Right. Night, Mike. There he goes. Forget about it. Hey, Carlos. Carlos. See, this is the thing. Those who hold Jimmy fully responsible for that, there's nothing that can be said to change your mind. I know that. That's why I don't do it anymore. Hey, Steph.
Yo.
There he is. Steph.
Let's go, Ronbo.
It's doing
How
great,
you doing,
man. Weekend time, got to be great. Anybody who doesn't appreciate Saturday is just kidding themselves. But Steph, let me hear from you, man. It's like tonight. It's like as we get down close to the draft, there's going to be a lot of things said that make absolutely no sense. Like we've been listening to Mac Jones.
Oh yeah.
Coming to 49ers hardcore. But Steph, before I ask you about Marcellus Wiley, you jump in on that if you want. But listen, here's the thing: I'm still asking everybody, if I'm the Jets, why do I take Wilson instead of Fields?
Well, you think who the OC is? He's one of our guys, right? What's his name? Who did they take over with him? Who did Robert bring with?
Oh, LaFleur.
LaFleur.
I didn't thought about that.
And we had scouts at a BYU. We had scouts at a BYU game for Zach Wilson, during the NFL season. So I think we've had our eye on Zach, at least our, whole coaching staff, at least. So he probably just takes a better interest in Zach Wilson.
So, Steph, that means since Robert trusts LaFleur, and LaFleur says, "Hey, listen, at number 2."
Yeah, I don't think Robert's gonna do this. I don't think Robert's gonna do that. I think Robert's he's gonna be like, LaFleur, tell me who you think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's gonna trust LaFleur, and LaFleur's gonna say, because we were looking at LaFleur to bring to San Francisco. So since I'm here and you're here, let's go ahead and get him for the Jets. I'll bet.
Do it. I mean,
maybe the 49ers.
Exactly.
But still, is LaFleur better in your mind than Fields? Is he?
You mean Wilson?
I mean, not LaFleur, but I mean Wilson. Is he better?
I got you. Yeah. Man, it's hard to. I think throwing ability, just natural throwing ability. I think Zach is way better.
And way better. See, because I don't watch enough college ball.
I think
way better.
No. That's just natural throwing talent. Okay, so I'm saying, but in terms of a quarterback right now, I think Trey Lance has the upper hand because he's done it. 2 seasons now, and Zach has done it once, one good year. So if you want to take that into consideration, I think Trey Lance is the safer pick, but I think Zach Wilson has the highest ceiling, and I think Zach Wilson could end up being better.
Okay.
I think Fields is he's good, Ronbo. I like him. I think he's more hyped. I think he's a golden boy type. He's nice.
Steph, you know what? You and I see. I've been saying this, but I can't talk too loud because I don't watch enough college football. So, but I saw Fields and I see him. I'm not overly impressed with him. I saw Wilson and I see one of those guys that's daring. He'll throw that ball into a 6-inch window. Okay, I get that. Trey Lance is a guy I actually like too. And I like him for weird reasons. The dude is big, and I loved it, is when he throws a ball, it's not like a human throw. It's like it was shot out of a cannon. And then when he's running down the field, that to me was full-on entertainment. Guys are getting knocked on their butt right and left. It's, Jesus Christ, he may as well be George Kittle. This guy's a quarterback. So, I'm a Trey Lance fan as well. Well, but everybody wants Fields. Do you understand that? I mean, why do you think that? Oh, no. Did we lose Stab? Stab. I really wanted his opinion on that. Stab. Well, you know what? Tonight, the system is shutting people down suddenly. So if you're a victim of that, which I got a feeling Steph might be. Is Steph still there? Steph? Shucks. I don't know what's going on with that. Steph, your line's still lit up, though. It says you're still here. Or his mom told him to go to bed, and he's keeping quiet until she walks away. Now, I think Steph's in college now. I guess when you're in college, your mom can't make you shut up. Are we going to... Steph, okay, let's go to Carlos. Okay, it may be our system. We're struggling here. Carlos. And we tried to get Carlos earlier, though. Let's say Johnny V. It's got to be our system. John? John? You know what's so funny? I need to go to the little boy's room for a second anyway. So I'll be right back. The load off of my mind. You know I'm going to say it. Hey, is that John?
Ronbo, you there, brother?
I'm here, John. Yeah. Come on in, John. Yeah,
all right,
man. Well, John.
So what?
Tonight we're all over Marcellus Wiley. Marcellus has accused Kyle Shanahan of throwing Mr. Garoppolo or Mrs. Garoppolo's son under the bus, using him as a scapegoat, and that's why we're drafting a quarterback at number 3 to get even with Jimmy for making him look bad last year. As I was sitting here watching Marcellus go down
through bad? Who could possibly? Who's out there making our man Jimmy G look bad, Ronbo?
Making Kyle look bad.
Have a vest made of Kevlar for this.
John, the thing is, we've seen that there's going to be more outrageous things stated between now and draft night. This is just one of those things. What's Marcellus talking about? I mean, do you agree with any of what he's thinking by any chance? I don't think so. But why would he do that?
You know what, Ronbo? Let me take a different approach. I'm going to sit down on the other side of the table from you. Yes, in a sense, I believe the organization as a whole, maybe not Kyle, but the front office, they've used Jimmy as a scapegoat. They've dingled him. We've said this before. They dingle him out there to the media, all over the league. We want to get better. We want to do this. We want to do that. Look, let's be honest. I'll be quick. The organization has shot themselves in the foot if they want to get a first-round pick for Jimmy. You've allowed the narrative for this long to dictate that Jimmy can't do this and Jimmy can't do that. We're looking for this and we're looking for that. They've looked at every quarterback that was available, Ronbo. So in a sense, Wiley he's I don't think he's wrong, but I think the organization themselves have used Jimmy as a scapegoat. He's left you with the way. Let's say, for example, Jimmy wants to leave San Francisco. Okay? Let's say he wants to be traded because he's upset. I don't blame him. You don't blame him.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys and a lot of the fan base in the chat, they won't give a damn. But Jimmy's Jimmy's mom and dad got to be in his ear. Like, look, Jim, you know what? They don't respect you. They don't appreciate you. Fan base doesn't respect you. The front office doesn't appreciate you. Just leave them with a winning record and move along and let them run with the rookie, because everybody's sold on the film. Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mac Jones. Everyone's sold on collegiate film. They're making big throws, but that film doesn't translate to an average team secondary. An average professional football team isn't going to allow those receivers to get those bomb passes, those big deep passes. That's what college quarterbacks are known for. Just making that big long throw. Or the mobile. We don't even know what Kyle wants. Everybody's like, he wants mobility.
I know.
We don't know what he wants.
I always question that one. I think
nobody
Kyle
knows. If Mac Jones, look, I'm not a Mac Jones fan either, but if Mac Jones is the smartest quarterback out of the bunch, if he can actually read a defense,
he's coming to
makes Kyle's job easier.
He's coming to San Francisco, isn't he? People think it's a joke for Mac Jones. He could be in the running.
Ronbo, if that pear-shaped young man,
which makes no sense, a young man too. Mac, put the beer down, go out and run at least 15 or 20 minutes. God.
The kids have friends that are shaped just like him. It's crazy. But anyway, if that young man can read a defense and can make changes at the line of scrimmage on his own, well then isn't that what everybody's always cursed Jimmy for? He can't read the defense. He can't adjust. Can't do this. He can't do that. I mean, ultimately, Kyle's going to pick the guy that he believes makes his job a little bit easier, right? So we don't know who that guy's going to be. We don't know what Kyle wants, and we don't know what anybody wants. That's what kills me. Everybody's sold on film. That's college film, folks. That's not a pro style. It might be a pro style offense, but it's definitely not a pro style defense. Ain't nobody on the other end going to let him get 40-yard bombs like that. Ronbo, come on, man. I have reserves. I have reserve fears that rookies thrown into the fire. We always make examples out of the players that we've already seen, the Herberts, the Busts, and Trubisky. Sam Bradford was a number 1 pick in 2010, folks. So, I mean, let's put into perspective what you're getting here. These quarterbacks look like gods in college, but then they get into the league and they throw up against an average at best defense. They're not going to look so great. Don't make examples out of Herbert because you saw Herbert. Don't make examples out of people you've already seen. It's just you don't know. Nobody knows. Everybody out there, Kyle and John's job is on the line for this pick. Yet the fan base knows what's best. They've already got it all figured out. They got it all figured out. Get rid of Jimmy. Get the rookie in here. Just finish business. Like Jimmy left you with a losing record. Like, get him out of here, man. I don't give a damn how you guys look at it as a group. I don't care how the fans look at it. I don't care if they say Kyle schemed it up. The coach's job is to coach to his quarterback's weaknesses and strengths. So if Kyle is this wonderful quarterbacks coach who can win with everyone, he hasn't won shit yet. He's lost 2 Super Bowls. So let's just hold on to that. Like, you hold my beer, I'll go pee. You think about that.
John, that's a good place to stop right there, John. That was right on point. I agreed with every last bit of it.
Look, I want the next quarterback of the future too, Ronbo, but there's nothing guaranteed. No one knows what the future holds.
And I love when people project their own thoughts. That's what Kyle Shanahan's thinking. You do know you're talking about a guy that's really complex in his thinking. For you to put your mind on par with John Lynch is pretty special. But you go ahead. I love it when they do that.
Always.
Listen, hey,
My
John,
man, Ronbo.
Hey.
Thanks for having me, brother. I love you, and I love the show, man.
Thanks,
Thank you
fam.
for everything you do for us, brother. You are the man.
Appreciate
Take care
you,
of
John.
yourself, and good night, my man. Be
You
safe.
too. Thanks, John. See you tomorrow. Hopefully you get a chance. All right.
I'll be there, brother. Thank you. Good night.
All right. Night, John. Yeah, mate. You know what? We're probably back booked. We're not gonna be able to get every call tonight. Tomorrow night we'll extend, but we're gonna leave here shortly. I'm gonna actually a few more minutes away. 6:46 in New York City. Baby.
Is that me?
Let's see. Are you in New York City? And
Ronbo, that's me.
And your area code is 646?
646
That's
506. That's Carlos. Rumbo's me, Rumbo.
Carlos?
Me, my wife, and my son, Rumbo.
Carlos, I don't know what happened there, man. I saw New York. Carlos, what's up? I'm sorry. Somehow we got a different area code. All of a sudden, Carlos, man, my dude. Huh?
646. That's me. That's my cell phone.
All right. Carlos.
Oh, man, I was scared, man. I thought I wasn't going to get in tonight.
we get
What's up,
a lot of
Ronbo?
calls.
How we doing tonight?
Carlos, man, we're doing all right, man, because we're looking for that. How's the family doing, by the way?
Everybody's good. We had a good day today, man. We went outside dinosaur hunting. I'm out there doing a little dinosaur hunt for my son, trying to get these Jurassic Park figurines. So we all over the place, but it was a good day. I was there with the lovely wife and my son. It was good.
All right.
Good.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Well, Carlos, the 49ers, man, it's like comedy because, you're going to hear a lot of crazy things and we have 2 more weeks minimum for people to be saying crazy things. And Carlos, you already know, how do you feel about Mac Jones?
To be honest, I like him, Ronbo. I seen him before when the season started. I do like him.
It's okay to be honest.
I've been doing a little. What happened, guy?
No, I'm just saying it's okay to be honest. People hate on Mac Jones just because they want somebody else. So Mac Jones is getting a lot of maybe a little disproportionate amount of hate. He ain't that kind of bad. But go ahead.
I don't think he's bad at all, Ronbo. You get people saying, "Oh, he went to Alabama and he's with the best of the best and won." A lot of it's college football. The good thing about it is that whoever we get, we're gonna sit him down. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Mac Jones is a good player. I've seen him watch, and I like the way he diagnoses the plays. He gets the job done. For his position, he gets the job done. It's very important. There are 2 players that are similar with what we do, which is Mac Jones and Trey Lance. Trey Lance, we don't know what we're going to get. I do like Trey Lance. He looks really good, but I'm a little scared with him because when he runs out the pocket, he initiates contact, and I don't think Shanahan is going to like that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying, Robert? It's not going to last long.
Yeah, that's why he's got to come in and learn some things. He's only 20 years old, and he doesn't have a lot of experience, but he's just a gifted athlete, I guess, that just plays football pretty well.
Right.
And they said he's brilliant, calling out his own plays and a lot of other things like that. So he's kind of a sharp kid.
He looks good out there.
Yeah.
Right, he looks good. So I'm not against it. I'm not against any player that we get. Just for the fact that I feel that whoever we get is going to go into a good position. It's not like any QB out there that gets drafted is going to go to a bad position, like going to the Jets or going to the Jacksonville. They're going to come in, sit down, and just watch and learn. So I'm not so scared. Whoever we get, we got this 4 draft picks that we can get, and we'll be good. Justin Fields, I like him a lot. I think he's the best second QB, right? But nobody mentions how him playing in a pro style offense. So I'm not sure about that. I'm not doubting him, like I'm not against him. If we pick him, it'll be great because the kid looked good against Clemson. I give him a lot of credit. He looked good. He showed a lot of heart. He played great. But it's if you go out there, if Shanahan or Kyle go out there, and they get the kid that they wanted, their guy, I'm not against it. Yes, we gave up a lot of picks for him, whatever. But if that's your guys, you go do that. Just like if you're out there and you're trying to get a girl, you go out there and you impress her. You do what you got to do because you feel like that's going to be your girl.
Yeah.
Right?
I like that analogy.
So, I'm not against it. I don't know. These guys are young coming in, so I don't know. Now, real quick, I want if we got time, about what is it? Wiley, the kid from Speak for Yourself, the guy from Speak for Yourself.
Marcus, Marcellus, I was getting ready to ask you about
Wiley,
that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I love their shows. They do they do a great job. I think he was a little extreme with it. I don't really think that he's really bashing down Shanahan like that. I feel like he's trying to hold down Jimmy G. Because a lot of people been criticizing Jimmy G, and he's always trying to hold down Jimmy G. He's like, listen, the guy's good, give him a chance. He only played one full season, and this is the year for Jimmy G to go do it. I don't think Kyle Shanahan is trying to throw him under the bus. I think Shanahan is trying to protect the franchise. So he's just gonna pick somebody and just put him on the bench. So, I'm not taking it out of context. I feel like because Shanahan, he has to prove something too. Shanahan, I was so unhappy with him because he showed a little fear at the end of the first half, where he was kind of being hesitant, and let the clock wind down.
Oh, you mean Super Bowl, yeah.
Right. So I get where Wiley's coming from, but I'm not gonna take things out of proportion. You get what I'm saying? So I mean that's my take on it.
Because if you don't say something, if you go buck wild, that was what that was. Wiley just went way over the top, and then he started coming at Shanahan with some really nasty, insulting remarks. Like, who were you before Jimmy came rolling in from Foxborough? And after, I said, is it just because your name is Shanahan? And he's going on. And I think Wiley he's really working it up. He probably called Kyle. He probably called Kyle a few minutes later. Kyle, man, I was just playing, man. I was just trying to make some news. You know what I'm saying, man? You all right, man? Hey, I tell you what, I'm gonna be in Santa Clara next week. Let me take you out to dinner. God,
it feels like that. It feels like that, but I just feel like he's trying to hold down Jimmy G. You get what I'm saying? And it's like Shanahan still got to do things. I love Shanahan. I always
I do too.
Always
I got to tell you though.
But I think,
no, because we're running out of time. But Carlos, you know what? It's going to be interesting to see what does happen next year, because a lot of people think they know what Shanahan's thinking, what he's going to do next. But I don't think anybody does. Like John just said, people think they know what Shanahan's doing, which is asking a lot for anybody to do. How are you going to think like Shanahan? Because if you were, you would probably be an NFL coach. So
nobody knows. Nobody knows. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick Penny Sue and trade Mike McGlinchey to get another third round pick. I'm gonna throw it out there to get people mad.
These things are possible. And get your first round pick back, and just get yourself in a position where you can do a lot of different things. Wouldn't that be wild? Hey, Carlos, we're gonna go. Get my best to the family. I'm gonna get back here tomorrow. I'll be back.
All right. That's gonna do that. All right, Mama. Have a good night, man. We love your show, man.
Hey, thanks, fam. Appreciate you. All right, night, Carlos. Oh God. Good to hear from Carlos again. I haven't heard from Carlos in a long time. And you know what's so funny? Because everybody figures what's going to happen is supposed to happen, right? These guys, man, John and Kyle, man, I tell you, man, be careful. Don't get your hopes up for something Just relax. A cup of tea during the draft and just chill. Because you set yourself up to get a heart attack. Hey, Bobo, thanks, Bobo. If Lynch and Shanahan are doing what they think is best for the team, we don't want to waste another season to a quarterback injury. Need a quality backup to Jimmy. And that makes sense, because CJ and Nick have proven they're not going to be able to carry the load. Okay. So, fam, in that case, is it back to back? I'll see you tomorrow, right? Have a great night. Don't overeat the pizza. It's a pizza weekend. Every week is a pizza weekend. Fam, thanks for the contributions, by the way.